All right, what happened last time? Finally.
Fight.
We had a bus fight. Things were hairy for a bit, but Far continued to be the MVP, and we pulled third. And it was cool.
Shout out our hero actions.
A lot of us have heavily reduced max HP. Me and Lucius still have broken arms.
Yeah, Lucius died for a minute there, and then he got brought back by hero actions. So that was pretty neat. Yeah.
Cool.
Also, just to clarify, did Lucius realize the Echo revived him and not Killian?
Lucius
no?
just woke up.
He just woke up? Oh, yeah.
He just woke up. He knows fucking nothing, bud.
That's what I thought, but I'm just confirming.
Yeah, good for you.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, sort of. All right, what room were you guys even in? Let's quickly clack over here.
East Tower.
That's right.
We were in the green valve room. We hadn't turned it off yet, but we're in the room.
Excellent. If I go into D&D here, as I am slowly getting everything into better locations, let's go to the mock-up, the very poor mock-up I have. Where is the document drive here? It's got all of my sadness. And nope, it's not gonna come up. Okay, you guys keep doing. Start talking, start chilling while I try and find some stuff. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Is anyone dead? Are we all fine?
Close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
You guys are inside that clock tower room, remember? So you have defeated the two bosses that were inside there, and each of you are the entirety of the group is on the top level of the green tower.
Yes.
Yes.
Green tower.
There you are.
I think before we continue on, I think it might be best to get like a night's rest if we can. We'll take watch to make sure.
Not a bad idea.
Great idea.
Me and Lucius, we need to heal these arms, and then I think Abel's gonna try and make some makeshift splints out of like sticks and.
I thought you guys already did that.
I made splints already.
Oh, you did?
So just
that was when you weren't here, and then you didn't watch what happened.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But
so
even with the splint, we're still rolling with disadvantage if we're using that arm.
Yep. Currently, unless you figure out a way around it to fix it.
Abel has to look at other ways to try to heal his arm.
If we go up to that second level where that 500 headed thing was, does that seem like a good spot to try to be defensible if we were to take a long rest?
Yes, and that is currently where you guys are. I didn't do a good job of describing it yet, so that's on me.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure like that there wasn't like open windows or anything up here that was kind of a one way in, one way out situation.
That is pretty.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
Very cool. But it's just the trap door on the floor to get in here, right? That's the only entrance exit.
Yes. It's probably still worth turning the traps back on or whatever, so that they have a harder time getting through. At least that way.
Interesting.
Does it look like we can like lock the trapdoor pretty easily, or like put like a stick across it, or?
I'm sure I can like trip it with artifice shit.
Absolutely, you can give me a roll to try and secure it.
Before we secure it, though,
on the traps.
If we're gonna do that, Far wants to he'll wild shape and just kind of go out that open window that Mahua kind of broke open and came in. And wants to kind of go over near the red tower. Oh, I guess we would talk about it. Do we plan to go to the red pipe next or the blue one?
Probably the red while we're still up here would be my guess, since they're both on the top floor, and then the blue one's like in the pit. It would be, in my opinion, probably easier just to do while we're up top.
I think that checks out.
Before going down, but
so he just wants to fly over there again, as a bird or something, keeping an eye out.
Yes.
And wants to do fine traps over there because you said that the room that we saw was suspectively clean or something like that. Like the trap for the other hallway.
Yes.
When we went up top, you said it looked like it was super clean inside. So he just wants to. He's got a couple. Basically, has a couple spell slots. He's gonna burn a couple spell slots to mostly get an idea of what traps could do. Not going inside or anything, just going on top, and just to better prepare for the next day.
Okay, go ahead and give me a investigation check. While I will snag all of you your cameras
16.
here. Okay. With a 16, but you're also casting detect traps, right?
I'm casting find traps, so it's
find
just
traps. Yeah, so that'll work in tandem.
Just get an idea of what the trap would entail. Is it a fire? Is it a suffocation, heat? Those kind of.
Absolutely. Casting that spell and flying over to the red side over here, so you can now see. So again, the goal. Hey, scribe camera here. You can see now when I draw things out, right? You can see this clearly, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Goal achieved. Upgrade. Okay, anyway. So, this is where you're investigating. You guys originally went into the elevators here. You went up into those elevators, and you guys are currently resting up here.
Oh, the music didn't loop. We never put the loop mechanic on.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say it.
Somebody grab that.
Finish.
So then you guys are currently checking on over here. Flar flies over and sees the hallway that you perceived earlier that is suspiciously without dirt, without any specks, without any marks. What you find is so you detect traps, so you get a sense of there is
I just get a sense of if there's a trap there, which I'm assuming is the answer is yes.
The answer
is
yes.
And then what generally the outcome of the trap would be, not what triggers it, not where it is.
Gotcha.
But the general nature of the danger posed by the trap that I sense.
Dismemberment.
Oh god.
Oh, that is awful.
That's not fun, man.
That sucks. And it's suspiciously clean. Even worse.
Yes.
That's what that's about.
Yes. I need to get. It is a window capture. It is Discord.
Dismemberment. That's crazy.
Dismemberment. The void. Goodbye.
While you're able to gather that recon as the day has continued through, the sun is starting to drip down in rain. A graying clouds over steam tide. The base itself, as the rain hits down, you can actually see it steaming off the water because the water itself is boiling hot as it does so much of the cooling around here for some of the other massive arcane mechanisms that power this heart of Soromir's technology and artifice. As you fly back inside, the rainfall begins to draw heavy as all of you have a moment to try and breathe. And I would say, though, even flying over, your group, as you already established that you wanted to reassemble the traps, you can see there is a orc trapped inside the first length of hallway already that was looking to come up upon your group and do harm. And it is currently roasting, despite even the rain clouds.
He is currently getting cooked.
Yep.
Roasted, one might say.
Is it the same ones that were resetting traps, or similar to the ones that noticed that were like resetting the door latch?
Very similar. Yes, okay. It looks like it could be one of them or a part of that group. Difficult to tell from your distance as a bird, even with your passive perception. The hard details you have to get up close and personal, which you could choose to if you fly down.
Nah.
All I do is want to find that asshole who shot us with the cannon and make him suffer. Like that guy, man.
And then the last thing that Far wants to do before we like bed down is he'll cast Wall of Stone to seal up the window or any other openings temporarily,
yes.
to make sure that there's nothing has an easy access in. That's the main thing. Is like we could get in, someone could get in, but making it as difficult as possible, as loud as possible.
You got it. And with your casting the spell as you return, and you wild shape back into your normal form, you go to the opening in which was created with Mahua and the monsters, and you stone shape that part of it, so it's a little more difficult for things to come through. So you guys are now safe in the general hallway. Down here you're safe. And then the side of the tower here where Mahua was able to penetrate, you have those two now completely hauled off and reinforced as you guys are on the second level, still next to the control panel with this giant vat. Think very much those the pneumatic tubes that ship around letters, or when you go to your bank statements, those circular tubes, and that is filled with that green liquid that is sitting there and still carrying on like normal inside this room that is a mess with the carcasses burned and a few torches among the walls.
Okay, I think I got the traps back on. There's like one lever down there, so either I got it or I didn't. I'm hoping that was the right one.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, did I? Sick.
Nice, good job. And,
All right.
Abel gives Killian a pat on the back with his broken arm, like temporarily forgetting that it's broken. Go shit.
Or I'll look at Lucius and go, do you want to take a look at the tubing and see what we need to do to deactivate it?
Yeah, I can. Can I just roll an Arcana check?
It does like shock you or something. That did happen.
You
Be
can
careful
make an
about that.
Arcana
I didn't
check.
know. All right, I'll go ahead and make the Arcana check. And also to trip the door, what check was that going to be?
You trip
He
the
is
door.
before Far went and did all that. I was going to trip the door in case somebody tried to come up the trap door. And you said you were just roll a d20, but you didn't say what check it would be.
Probably a tinkering check would be my guess if you're trying to create a trap. If you don't, do you have in your inventory a trap already, like a hunter's trap? Or
No,
something?
So what I'm thinking is I have like copper wiring plus the little explosive arcane crystals.
Yes.
So I don't want to necessarily make a trap that like damages somebody. Something that alerts all of us if we're in the middle of a long rest if somebody's trying to come through the door.
Okay.
It's like a tripwire that sets off like a loud bang in a sense.
You do have a flashbang on your person, and you do have wire. You could consume those materials, and with a high enough check, you'll be able to create such a hopeful device trap. So if somebody would open that, it would let off the flashbang, stun the individual, and wake all of you from the loud sound.
All right, I will go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and give me a roll, and it's a tinkering check.
A check with Tinker's tool or tinkering check, are those different?
Tinker's tools is what you'll be able to use if you're proficient
Okay.
in tinkering tools.
I am proficient. What I want to know is if I have expertise in them or not, because I'm not sure.
If you hover over it on D&D Beyond, it should say it like
I'm
like it should say Tinker, Tinker if you have expertise.
okay. It's just I just have proficiency.
Yeah.
All right.
I rolled a 19, and that's gonna be.
You feel
What,
awfully
Austin?
confident that you were able to create this device that you had set in your head, like as you would do at home with your uncle many times over whenever you got a new idea. You jumped on it and were able to bring what was once imagination into real life. And here you are. Make sure to mark down one flashbang and the copper wires, and you have what you believe to be
Gotcha.
an alarm trap.
Just one piece. Would that be like one gold piece worth of copper wiring? Would you say? Sure. All right.
Let's make it 5. Why not? Let's have value in this.
5. That's all my copper wiring. So all right.
Let's do
worth
one.
it, though.
Let's do one then. Never mind. I didn't know. You
Yeah,
were doing
I don't
it.
think we ever like fully
pieces worth.
Copper wire, but copper pieces.
copper wire. I just used the copper pieces instead.
Mhm.
All right, and then I'll make the Arcana check on the.
And can Far assist with that since he is proficient in Arcana?
Yes, and you guys were checking on what again? Thank you.
Just
green
the
tube.
Yeah, the tubing
Yes.
and everything.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
All right.
And Killian did warn them that it electrocutes people. So
All right, I rolled a 17 for a 32.
And 9 to try to assist.
Okay.
And this is just to get a sense of like, not necessarily like turn it off, just how it works and how it's functioning, more so than anything
And
else.
how you would turn it off.
Yeah.
not
that-
how you would, but not doing it yet, just in case.
Just
yeah.
yeah.
With a 32 Arcana, what you do notice is the board itself, the tube itself is connected to the board. And to activate or interact with this tube that is reinforced inside this room, you would need to just pull the levers, as you saw Mahua trying earlier and failing when he was hurt, and then Killian did something similar. So there is clearly a booby trap that needs to be disabled before you'd be able to reverse the flow on this. You can tell this magic itself is siphoning off different mechanisms throughout the entirety of Steamtide, and is being its energy is being directed straight towards the main throne room. As you're looking through all this, you can see this is actually taking away power from many of the different sections of Steamtide that need power. And there is currently many places dormant inside Steamtide that if you were to reverse this, they would become alive, and then the door itself would weaken. That leads into the main throne room.
Gotcha.
The material itself seems to be a water mixed with some sort of magical solvent. That would be... you would need further testing with an actual components and materials to hammer down what exactly is being mixed with this to cause its ability to help power all different sections of Steamtide.
Gotcha.
So I don't think we should probably turn it off until we're ready to leave, because if we do, that'll be a pretty obvious sign that something's up.
I mean, I think they are well aware where we are and what we're here to do.
I mean, yeah, but just it's easier for them to benefit of the doubt. Maybe they just died and we can ignore it until it's off.
Yeah,
I mean, they could just assume we got murdered in this room, and
I think it's best to leave it until we rest and then deal with it in the morning.
works for me.
All right. Does your group take a long rest?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take
before-
the first 4 hours. 4 hours.
Dylan will take first watch as well.
Before we rest, actually, Abel's going to use his last 3 spell slots. He's gonna cast Cure Wounds on his arm twice and once on Lucius's arm to try and speed up the healing process before we take the rest.
And I can do the same.
Yeah,
I'll do the exact same thing.
and the hope here is not necessarily like the castings will cure it, but that it's going to kind of speed the process up so that it might, even if it's not fully healed over the long rest, it's better than it is now.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
All right, and since I'm doing the same, I'll do it as well.
Yes, please.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 5.
Elbows.
13.
13. The two of you had an excellent idea. Something that probably would have worked really darn well. But trying this for the first time, you don't have the experience in order to pull off such a interesting spattering of spell and technique. So despite having the right idea and being on the right track, you need that extra bit of understanding to properly guide the spell to do what you wish. It instead grips to what you've been used to and just heals as normal, but doesn't really hone in and focus on the part that needs healing, the bones that need to be repaired, the parts of your skeleton that need to be regenerated, the cells that need to be put back together. It misses that mark, but instead works to more stabilize the two of you. But you are confident that with more practice or potentially a cleric of greater knowledge, something like this could be taught to you to be a technique in the future. God forbid you break bones or have other ailments.
Lucius, you still heal for 11 points.
Yes.
Even if it's not going to fix their bones.
And you're going to heal for a solid 19.
19, nice.
Oof, your bones.
Wait, how much did you say for me again? Just one more time.
11.
That's what I thought. I'll go ahead.
That puts Abel back up to like 48. So if our long rest gets interrupted, I can at least.
All right, Far, perception check for your long rest.
Kalen's also gonna take watch with him.
And then during this,
Um,
I'll roll the perception check, but he wants to look at that the thing that Seraph gave him about being trapped. He wants to investigate that during that.
You got it.
Oh. Ooh. So I get advantage on these, and I rolled 2 19s.
Okay.
So
Lord,
above 30.
You got it.
30 plus.
You find during your watch, you hear at least 2 more orcs or lizard folk trying to make their way towards you guys during your rest, but getting caught in the traps that you expertly re-enabled with great foresight. As they flounder, you find you have an easy watch ahead of you on this evening. Due to that, you have plenty of time to focus on this rune given to you by Seraph. As you begin to investigate this further, you can see the familiarities of her teachings coming back to you. Did you roll the Arcana check yet? Or was that was a 30 plus? No, go ahead and roll that now.
No, that was the perception.
Yeah.
The Arcana check is 21. Yeah.
All right. The 21, you get a quick start on very much of the druid craft that she's put forth towards you. You begin to get quite an understanding of what she intended for such a spell to be created. This spell that she wanted developed was a way to free herself from imprisonment of any kind. You find that this could even affect spells such as like a banishment spell. And you would be able to cast this on yourself and negate the banishment spell even if you were currently banished to a different realm. It could stop any sorts of prisons that other creatures may put onto yourself. These are both physical and mental, both imaginary and real. Such a spell is extremely powerful. You find it to be a spell of a much higher caliber than you're currently able to cast. But there seems to be hints of ways to cast this spell for less. But how to do something like that currently evades you with a 21 during your studies. Hammering it down, the quest to begin understanding this spell and begin crafting this spell comes back to you very much from all the different runes you remember seeing at Seraph's house and that were hidden among the towers from the Hag's Fortress. And as you begin to play around in your notebook with those symbols, you see you can rotate them and they will form different magical words, different druidic runes. And you begin, I'd say, of the patterns. We'll call this the first success of 8 on your journey to understanding and creating this spell.
I will add something to my inventory just to keep track of that as we go forward.
And you absolutely are able to perceive now where you get stuck is the next section not only needs to be like translated again and run through with runes, but there's going to be a component needed. And so you need to figure out first the translation of these druidic runes, then the component that you would need next to continue further into the creation of such a spell.
I also said Killen's going to be taking a watch, and before like a 30, do I need to roll?
No, you don't. No, there's nothing for you to roll. Instead, what you were able to perceive is as far as looking over this rune and doing his own studies, you can see there's like a slight breeze underneath him, a wind carrying upwards, causing his hair to float a little. You can see almost green traces around this air that's around him that it goes unnoticed. You begin to see bits of moss and leaves and plants growing around where he sits crisscrossed with his legs. And in his focus, as he draws these runes, the entirety of this room over time begins to form different vines and weeds, and from these mechanical and cold architecture of this room, it begins to turn to that more of a homey canopy treehouse that you might see out in a forest deep in a tropical area, or more temperate potentially, actually. Probably more temperate than tropical. But it does not impact the entirety of the room. The entirety of the room does not change. It is just little aspects. You can see things bloom. And then as Far wraps his focus up and his study up for the first 4 hours, you can tell many of these vines recede, but some do stay. Some bits of moss and grass do stay in here. And that is the duration of both your watch.
What are you working on over there?
A gift.
From your hag friend or whatever?
Yep.
When'd you get that?
A while ago.
That's very vague. That could be a lot of time.
Well, not that long ago, then.
Did you just give a straight answer?
I am. I mean, you want me to explain to you how it works, and then I'll start going into all the details of it. It's oh, well, you see this arch here, connecting to this, and most of it goes. I would say almost all of it goes
Oh, absolutely.
Killian has no fucking idea what's going on.
No, the words immediately start becoming just
definitely,
sounds.
He tries to act like he gets it. He's definitely nodding along, but your inside's high enough. He fucking clocks out in a minute. He's blood vital, no. You mind if I be honest with you for a second, Far?
Always.
I don't get you. I think I'm pretty good at reading people, and I can't figure out why you're still here. Abel had his whole shit with Nasui. Adrian didn't want to die. Avalon had her thing with helping people. Mahua has to go to the Astral Sea. And I'll be honest, I actually can't quite crack Lucius. I don't know what his deal is yet either. But I have no clue why you're still here.
Would you like me to be honest with you as well?
I would prefer, but I also can't stop you. So.
You guys wouldn't make it very far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna deny you that one. To be fair, I don't think really anyone assumed this was the amount of shit we'd get into when we signed up for any of this. So.
Don't attack me.
Okay, DM, sure.
Okay, God.
I'm mad that your characters react to the stuff you throw them into. How dare they do that?
I'm mad about myself. I didn't even know I was going to do this. How dare you put that evil on me, Richie Bobby?
I mean, do you ever just feel like it's not worth it, or just stick around, make sure we don't get ourselves killed? Is just the whole.
Yeah, well, take it one day at a time. I mean, every day, as long as we're helping, then we're putting good out in the world, and that's really, that's the best we can do.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thought. I don't know. It's all a bit just over my head at this point. Running into gods and shit is just. I signed up for this just to make sure Abel wouldn't get himself killed. And now, here we are taking a castle after seeing a bunch of heralds kill a god again. I'm not really sure why I'm around, if I'm being honest. I'm just day by day as well.
Put your best foot forward and see where it takes you.
Yeah, that's the hope. Are you gonna stay in the castle if we take it, or are you gonna move back home? Probably.
See where it takes me. I enjoy being out. It's much different here than looking back at the forest. I thought the forest was the most important part, but being here, seeing all these different places, all the oppression, all the negativity, but also all the positivity. Seeing Last Star with their celebrations, and all of that is very welcoming. The world is bigger and smaller than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I honestly didn't really get out of Ashaya much before me and Abel went to go look for his brother. So that was an interesting experience, but it was also a lot different being out there and seeing all the problems, and it was easier to look at it and say that's not my issue. But then going back and seeing all the shit that we caused makes it a bit harder to ignore it and just write it off. So kind of feel like we need to do something.
Yeah, you're putting good out in the world, and that's the best you can do until until we return to the earth or the sea.
Everything we can really put out the amount of good versus the amount of shit we caused with all of it.
I think as long as you do your best intentions, things generally work out.
Not a bad sentiment to have, I guess. 8 million people is a lot, though. All that shit's a lot.
Again, but it worked out. Almost everybody is back. The world may be different, but
at the same time, there's all those people that got affected in between. I mean, it's easy for us to look at it and say 80 million's back, we're fine, but there was 3 years of shit in between that we didn't see at all. I mean, if it was bad here, imagine what it's like everywhere else.
Yeah.
I think at this point, it's just, for me, I'd like to try to make it mean something. I don't know if you ever really can at that point with the hole we dug ourselves into. But, as you said, best foot forward, gotta at least try.
Think you'll get there?
Well, let's hope. It's gonna suck if I don't, but who knows? Alright, I guess we gotta wake someone else up for next watch. I'm tired. I'm about to pass out.
Who's next?
Abel to next watch.
Oh, I was gonna ask before you asked for far as perception check. Is this a long rest I could rebuild my Steel Defender over?
Sure.
Yay.
I'll stay up for the next punk.
Okay. You two give me perception checks. I hope none of you rolled long rests yet.
No.
Nope, I know I'm not a...
Thankfully, I healed before the evening. So.
That's a
why I
mighty
didn't spend all my
11.
spell slots.
That is a mighty 11.
Okay.
17.
That's
I'm running to the bathroom.
As your allies go to sleep, two of you sit in silence at first as you wake up from your slumbers and begin to hear the trickle of the rain up top. The night has a calming effect in here in Steamtide, and with the creatures destroyed out of here, you can feel a warmth inside Steamtide despite the machinery. Especially even with Far's touch now, you begin to feel this place already coming back to the life it was before war and before some of the evils that these halls have witnessed. Instead, you can feel that the land itself almost has an excitement for discovery. There's a hopefulness within Steamtide of a a primordial solution to mechanical problems. And there's something to celebrate in that. As your long rest goes on, the two of you find the sun rise in the morning around 6 or 7, and everyone is able to achieve a long rest. Asterisks. Everybody who had their health reduced, it is now you gain half back of whatever the reduced was. You don't get it all back because you took a long rest. You're getting half what you've lost back.
Okay.
And then
quick
heal
maths.
up to that.
Yeah, let me do some math. Here we go.
So
I'm
if you
missing
lost
63.
50 HP from the necrotic, reducing your health, you gain 25 back, and you heal that full 25. You will still be down that 50%, so it's like 25 or 50, whatever the heck it is, percentage.
Are we rounding up or down for this if it's an odd number?
Round up, you get more health. Round up, you'll get more health, is the way I will say this.
All right. Before everyone else wakes up, Abel will have a conversation with Mahua.
Sure.
Hey, Mahua.
Hmm.
So, you and your order want to go to the actual seat, right?
I mean, I do.
Is it just you?
There were a couple that followed the same path, but it was a collection of different beliefs. It wasn't just
Yeah.
one grouping of monastic tradition.
What do you think is going to be waiting for you there when you go? I mean, when me and Killian took that trip, we just found Bobbin floating in, like, space.
Oh, I have an idea of what it'll be. There, I mean, I know that there's a mentor, so to speak, who's already achieved
So you're...
the goal that's waiting for me to return.
So are you looking to go to the Astral Sea, or are you looking to go to the Astral Sea to meet this mentor? And the Astral Sea is just where he's at.
How I understand it now is it's getting back to him is just a step in the journey.
Alright, interesting.
From
Do you
what-
think you're ready to face him? I mean,
I've already met him. He was
Ah.
there the last time I was there. He's already spoken to me, and so he just.
well, are you
he
ready
wa-
to meet him again?
He wants me to return. He'll impart more wisdom on me, or he'll give me an objective.
Alright. I wish you the best of luck in your path. It's certainly an interesting one.
Yeah. What are you still doing here?
Me?
That's an interesting question.
I am in atonement, I guess is the right word, for some decisions I made. Trying to correct my path, is all. I just hope that Nasui will have the grace to forgive me when the time comes.
You're a little hard on yourself, I gotta say. I mean, you have this habit of diving into the fray, even at your own risk of health. And it's not very healthy for you.
I suppose I don't seek danger, but I can take some damage. I've grown some thick skin over this adventure, and I mean, imagine what we would do if Far died, right? I mean, he's like, if Far died, everybody in this party is dying. So it's I guess I'm just a protector, is all. Trying to protect everybody.
Hey, I know. This guy knows.
That's fair, but like, if you're dead, who are you protecting?
Abel definitely like pauses there for a second. Like, well,
I
love the
he's
peanut
pausing it
gallery.
partially not because of the realization, but because it's reminding him of how he was the first one to die to it, and everyone else still died.
like, it's great. It's a great quality to be so empathetic and want to save the world, but like, if you're God, that the ability to act and defend is no longer there. So, I mean, maybe just take a minute to think before you just jump into and put yourself at risk.
Thank you, Mahua. And you know, all things said, I thought you were gonna be a bit harder on me for obvious reasons.
Oh, I still judge you very harshly for what you did. No, that's I don't take this as like we're good. This is I still have very strong feelings for you.
Whatever feelings you have, I guarantee you, and he's just gonna point up. The woman upstairs has stronger feelings on, so I am not out of the doghouse.
That's debatable, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's coming to light that maybe my beliefs aren't as steadfast as they are more steadfast than they should be. So I can't hold it entirely against you, but I can hold a lot against you.
Maybe we just are both too hard-headed, stuck in their ways guys.
A little bit, yeah.
At least we're self-aware about it.
I mean, the path is to take a step towards better every time.
And that is...
That's all you can ask for.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I just... The path was very clear when I was searching for my brother. And then I felt like the path was clear after we killed Harkin and I... Whatever happened between me and Nasui happened, but I think I got afraid of pressure, and I cracked, and when we all died to that thing, that broke me. I mean, and I'm just trying to pick up whatever pieces are left.
Yeah, I mean, you glue it back together best you can like a vase. You can still function. Doesn't look great, but
I might leak a little
it
bit
really
of water.
does.
Do you know any good, like, do the monks have any good, like, natural healing salves for arms? Because this is awful.
Oh, no, not at all.
Ah.
I mean, nothing that's gonna make it... I mean, there's basic poultices and natural remedies to try and ward off infections and things like that. But there's nothing that's gonna make it
Heal faster.
any better than your body's natural wishes.
Well, that was worth a shot. Good talk. Good talk. And Abel won't as the sun rises start waking everybody up for.
No, you won't.
Stupid.
Uh-oh.
That's not scary.
No, Killian, you're too busy talking still. You don't get to control time. I control time. Alright, did I say Killian? I meant Abel.
Yeah.
I meant Abel. Killian!
Uh-oh. That's not good. I think that's me. Maybe.
As you dream.
Oh boy.
Also, I'd like to say while I still have the thought, I really enjoy watching Reed's peanut gallery reactions to any role playing. It's just very funny. I can't describe why. It's very good.
So,
Yeah.
What?
Anyways, yes, back to concerning Echoville.
You don't know that.
Killian. You find yourself dreaming of the fighting pits. You're off time. Sitting there with the other fighters, talking, conversing with one another. But you're not an onlooker this time, normally. You're part of the rabble. And eating your food, it tastes a bit drier than normal. Doesn't have that sweetness that you're used to. They take care of you guys pretty well in the fight pits. They make sure you're well catered and fed, despite some of the revelry that goes around. As you see many of the familiar faces of these individuals, you feel a somberness. Something tells you that this is a time past. This is something no longer within reach. But even with that somberness, there's a appreciation for what had happened, for a time when life was much similar. Maybe these conversations you had tonight with Far bouncing around your head continues to reinforce your subconscious perspective on how much simpler life was prior. But that doesn't necessarily mean it was better. There's been ups, there's been downs. But goodness gracious, you just wish there was some point to it all. You can hear cheering outside as right now in the arena some sort of entertainment / betting is going on. Who knows if it's racing animals or some sort of wizardry. But as you finish your dry sandwich, you wipe your hands and begin walking towards the group of many of your different arena competitors. And as you try to now join in this conversation, joy and these past moments and memories, you turn the shoulder of the one closest to you, and it is just a face of darkness. And you turn the next body, and it's a face of darkness, and all of your comrades inside the arena, all empty black faces, as then all their bodies become the form of the echo. All around you, the room is just you and your shadows split 8 times over, 9 times over, all around into the circle. They all take one step closer to you, and you can feel a claustrophobia begin to wash over you. I'm going to change the music.
That's kind of fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. That's some literal sleep paralysis demon
That goes
bullshit.
hard. This is crazy.
That is genuinely terrifying.
Can I post the GIF?
No, we're not.
Do it.
We're not doing that.
That's gotta be pinned right at this point. It's too perfect.
It's somewhere in there.
I need to have it favorited. God, it's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm favoriting that image. You got games on your phone.
Oh, God damn it. You guys are the fucking worst.
Don't lump me in with him.
Yes,
That's great. I love that image.
All right, anyway. Another step. As they come closer and you now find it difficult to breathe, Killian, you begin to try and move, and you find your entire body stricken with paralysis as then they take another step, and as they get closer, the entire ground becomes a shadow. Engulfed in this shadow, all the Echo's hands reach out to you and pull you down into this darkness as you wade through it, begin sinking this feeling as all of a sudden that panic, the terror hits into your body, begins lashing out. You are primal in this instinct with no control over your arms except they whip and flail to try and rip you out. But each of these echoes begin putting their hands on your face and covering up your sight as you finally plunge yourself under. You feel air come back into your lungs, and you stir and wake. You find yourself on a very similar stone mound that you once were in. But instead of it being a beautiful garden, it's an arid landscape now. Barren. Dust flies throughout the air and by. In the background, you can see twisters, desert storms, volcanoes. And as you turn, you can see your shadow turning as well. The echo stands, mimicking your movements. What do you do?
Does it seem like I know you said the landscape looks different. Does it seem like it's still the same landscape, just like completely fucked up, or entirely new location?
It seems like the same location, but the
Vegetation, everything's
vegetation, geography has changed quite a bit.
okay. So he's gonna immediately check behind him, because last time he was here, he got gobbled up by Morellian from behind,
Yes.
out of nowhere. So he's
Yeah.
gonna turn around. Is there a guy over there
No.
besides the shadow?
No.
Okay. He's gonna see if he's able to step off the mound, or if it goes to black again if he tries.
You're able to step off the mound. You feel almost a weight as you cross over like you couldn't last time. The ground itself is ashy to the touch. As your feet drop down, you can see the fog go up immediately. The entire landscape is covered in a thick, thick ash from fires burned.
And could you possibly describe the area now that's in front of the mound as well? Because
As
it
you're
has no water.
stepping off the mountain, you can see it's now a curve all the way down to this flat plateau of a landscape of crags and ash-covered barren plains. There is no more wheat that may have once grown here, no more vines, no more forests. There are no more trees, not even the stumps of whatever trees once were here when you last visited are around as you begin descending. I mean, this mound itself, could think a bit of like Origins, how that mound was up high below. You would be coming down such a hill here on this mound. You leave what is a cracked symbol, a crest of something that makes no more sense to you than it did before, and you can just feel a land of desolation. But with each of your steps, you can hear a second pair of steps clanking behind you every time you take a movement forward or back.
So now he says he's like following behind me. The
Yes.
echo.
Yes.
Mimicking
you.
Okay, so it's just straight mimicking me, and there's nothing like Killing can do. Like when he has the echo out, he's able to move it.
Sure.
I don't know,
Mhm.
like what that's like on like his end of like I think and therefore it moves, but just like he's gonna do something similar to see if he can make it maybe do something else. If he's able to let it do something else, or if it's just stuck to whatever he's doing.
As you try, you see there's a straining. The image itself of the echo almost frazzles as you stare at it. But you feel as though there is no control or command over what you have of the echo right now. It continues mimicking you, but a glitch in the system, a hesitation in the moment when you tried to make that connection.
Okay, bud, let's see where we are. He's gonna keep walking down the mound, and let's see if we can find anything of note that's in the barren wasteland below.
As you walk down the mountainside, this mound side rather, land into the plains, it is just emptiness. What purpose before that you were searching for, or an emptiness you may have felt in your being in this world, as you stare across this field, it is nothing compared to the emptiness this world feels. The sadness and loss. Is there a need for purpose when you may be able to just enjoy life in a way that this land could have never dreamed of? You walk 5-10 minutes, and what appears to be an hour, 2 hours. Time begins to fade away. As far as your eye can see, this land is devastated.
After about like 20 minutes of walking,
Mm-hmm.
not looking back, Kalane's just gonna go. So you're gonna like talk or anything this time? I know you can do it. You seem to have all the time in the world. You want to maybe try? He kind of turns around to look back at it.
As you look back, you can see there's almost an attempt. Something is wrong this time around. It tries, but again, that glitch, that staggering, it continues to snap back into a form of a shadow to you, despite it trying to heed your orders.
All right. Okay, whatever. Let's keep looking, and he'll keep walking until time becomes soup or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on there?
As you walk, the mound falls far behind in the background until you come upon another mound. You see another one, not too much taller than the previous one that you landed on. Do you go explore that, or do you continue forward on your walk?
We've got the mound, and is it just like either mound or walk off into the plains, or I think you also mentioned there was volcanoes around. How far would like one of those be?
Oh, days and days journeys away.
Okay, out of the player area. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But it would be a while, but we could pursue
It would be
the
a fat
mounds.
minute. Yeah.
Want to go to Mount Doom?
We've got the mound. We've got a mound here. I spawned on a mound. Let's see what that's about.
All right. As you begin climbing up to the top of this mound, when you get up here, a different symbology and a different crest, blazoned and cracked up on the hill, the mound. And where your echo was once sitting across from you, instead you see jammed into the ground, almost complete to the hilt, what looks to be a sword.
When you say where like the echo was sitting when I saw it, are you saying like in my vision the equivalent on this mound, or okay?
Yes.
We'll inspect the sword.
Okay.
What's going on over there?
The handle itself has the symbology of what appears to be some beautiful star. Different krises and crosses on it. Not that of halal that you're used to, but this almost like an outline of itself, a star within stars. Gold trim on it that has been worn down and covered by the ash as you dust it off. The hilt itself, blackened obsidian, but on the very top of it, out a trim of gold. Do you try to pull the sword out?
Comparing it to what Killian has seen of different claws, does it seem like a claw or like just a sword? Like a pretty cool sword.
It's
Because he's tried to pull claws,
Claws
and he
are
knows how that
very-
ends.
claws carry a different aura to them. This does not seem
Okay.
to be a claw.
I'll try to pull it out.
As you strengthen yourself up and go to pull it out, you nearly fall over onto your back as you lift out, and the entirety of the blade is missing, but the tiniest bit. The blade clearly cracked, and you have your hilt and a little bit of the sword where it was shattered at one point. You hold that in your hand now.
So then now looking around on the mound, is there anything else up here of note, or is it just
No,
broken
as you look
sword?
around, the mound is exactly as you left it, and what you see is your Echo's left foot has now left from shadow and has filled in as real.
Okay.
It looks as
So-
though it's some form of plate armor. But the rest of its body still cast in its Echo form.
Surveying from the top of this mound, does there seem to be any other mounds around, or just
It
crazy
doesn't. You
volcano
can't even
land?
see the mound you once were on, but maybe there's
Oh.
more if you venture out far enough.
Okay, bud, let's go see if we can find some more of these. He's gonna set off. This
All right.
seems finding one and pulling this out seems to do something to the Echo. So
You can now hear the chinking of his male leg as behind you as you walk. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
okay,
Oh, that's not good.
That's not the good thing.
all right. 24.
24. The air itself begins to become harder and harder to breathe. But this is something that you believe should not affect you and cannot affect you, for this is but a dream, a vision. The world makes no sense, and nothing can harm you, certainly in your dreams. You are a master of your own mind and of your own constitution. As your echo begins to slow down, you feel as though you should follow. That you and your echo are one and the same, but in this very moment you find, of course you're not the same. That is but a shadow, not you. And you continue on forward without issue, with your echo now slower, lagging behind you, but still in tandem, still walking, still following, trying its best to emulate whatever it is you do. As you walk for 3, maybe 4 hours, you begin to see a mound far in the distance. You pursue it?
Yep. We got another mound up here, so I mean, I know you can't respond, but I don't know, it gives me something to do. I'm used to, I don't know. It's keeping me sane. That way.
As you approach, you begin to see the mound it stands, but there is a drop, maybe 40 feet from you to the mound, and then a drop down into blackness that looks infinite. It is not as simple as certainly just walking up. You must jump. You must find a way to cross this 40-foot gap all the way around. It's like the land itself has been pulled away. And here the mound still stands in defiance of a land that has been broken and beaten down. Here it still stands.
And so is there anything kind of around the mound, or is it just drop hole, nothing
Drop.
and
You
dirt?
continue to see the ash that you even kick up as it goes up into the air. The wind itself carries it down into this pit.
Mhm.
It's off-putting. The pure blackness with the sky still as light as it is, and in that moment you realize there is no sun in the sky, there is no moon in the sky. What you in fact have up there appears to be a cracked mix between the two. If you shattered a moon and then all of the pieces outlines were as bright as the sun, that is what is lighting this world.
And also while looking at this killing, just kind of wants to mentally check if anything. Like he's been obviously to Mirror World. We went to maybe Cinder for a bit or something with that weird vision, just cross-referencing his own experiences and anything he might know since he's at least aware it's a dream.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that kind of stands out of where this might be, maybe, that he might know? Or is it just literally, I know zero clue where this is? This is the void.
Go ahead and make a history check.
Not good. 9.
You do not recognize it as any world you've seen or experienced. It does not appear to be anything talked about in books. And as you are about to give up on it, you hear your echo behind you. Its male jingle, and as you turn, you see it gets shunted back up in a horrible, painful way back into echoing what you do. It was on the ground.
Like it was doing its own thing while I wasn't paying attention? Or...
Make a perception check.
even worse, like 4.
Oh god.
I don't know why I asked. Your passive's enough. Fuck off.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Behind you, I shouldn't have asked. Behind you, you see on the ground a clear and common drawn into the sandy ash as it begins to blow away. The letters H-O-M-E. But the E seems to have trailed off and been ripped away, as your echo must have been shunted back to its standing form.
Okay.
And as you see it, the winds almost immediately blow it away.
All right. That's odd. Don't know what entirely to make of that in this current predicament. So I guess now all he's trying to think, he's just going to be circling the mound around the pit, just see if there's anything of note around as he circles, or if it's just entirely around it. Giant drop, 40-foot gap, just surveying everything.
That is what you find indeed. It reminds you of tales told of endless deserts and falling pits, of lands, of treasures hidden beneath the darkest dunes, but for those greedy enough to try, they get swallowed up in these endless infinits. Here you stand, trying to find a way up to what must be more. Something has been shattered in this world, and you attempt to put it back together. That is definitely a defiance of nature here.
And so now there's obviously this gap in between where I am and where this mound juts out of the ground. Does so I'm trying to figure out how I'm phrasing this. The outside of the mound itself, as you're jutting up through on the end of this pit, does it seem like something I could conceivably climb up? Like he's going to take, if he took a running start, leaped, and then just climbed however high up he could from, like he obviously wouldn't make it across 40 feet, but if you go as far as you can until you're on the wall and then climb your way up.
Is
that conceivable? Or
as you check your person, you find there are no swords on you, no climbing gear besides the handle that you have and the clothes that you are used to. If you were to climb, you would hope to have a grip, but maybe you should have checked the grip of the previous mounds to see if this was something of possibility. Here it is an all-out risk, and you, pardon me, are not confident. The mounds themselves are earth, and what has been eroded away has made much of their surface smooth. It would be potentially quite the risk to take without any certainty.
And Killian is aware that this is a dream, or at least he thinks it's a dream, and so he's
He thinks
fine
so.
whatever he does. Yeah.
He thinks it's true.
See, my mind's saying do a dumb choice, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Take some risks, see where it goes. What's the worst that happens?
Good question, isn't it? Yeah, I think Killian's gonna. He might gonna see if he can take a running leap
Mm-hmm.
and use the hilt as like a makeshift drag what he can into the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and use that to like if he can like use it to make holes and climb his way up.
Sure.
As he goes.
All right, Killian, as you steady yourself and breathe deep, you sprint through the sands and find that what should be deeper sands, there is rock underneath the ash that you kick up. You try not to inhale it, and for a dream, it's like, how can I be choking on this crap as I run? But you leap, and for a moment you hang in free fall, and there is your stomach in your mouth, your legs twisting and turning, your arms out as you begin to bring them together with your sword to try and drive it into the wall. And as gravity takes back over and you collide with the wall, your sword hilt goes in and begins falling, but stops for but a second. It goes, but then your weight begins dragging this down. You see above you, your shadow does the same. Lands above you. No sword in its hand. It is above you on the wall. Holding on, similar to you, in a way where it mimics your movements, but no sword or outline in its hand as it sits above you.
And Killian see if he can swap places with his outline, kind of similar to how the Echo normally operates in this moment, or no?
As you attempt to, you can feel the both of you, your minds swirl, and as you try to switch places, you sink a little deeper down on this wall, and the darkness gets a little closer to you, as then you look back up, and your Echo seems to be in the same location as it was before. No easy way to switch places with your Echo at this moment. What do you do?
So the Echo has no sword, but it has leaped onto the wall top of me.
Yes.
Killian's
Everything
going
on
to-
it is above you by a body length, a Killian body length, and it is but maybe a body length and a half, maybe two away from the top of this mound. You are slowly falling down, the sword cutting and being dragged deeper and deeper down the side of the mound. The Echo is completely in shadow besides its one plate covered foot.
Killian's gonna see if he can reach up and grab the foot,
Okay. As you
because that seems to be something physical.
as you reach out and grab the foot, how do you grab the foot? Like what way? In what way?
Well, if the foot, so Killian's sitting here
Yes.
with his sword in the wall, and
Yes.
he's like clinging onto a wall.
Yes.
And if this thing's up above him,
Yep.
and its foot is also on the wall,
Yes.
that would probably, in my head, it's kind of like a wall, like if you're at a wall climbing place, how there's some of those handles that jut out, since it's just the end of his foot.
Yes.
Which means he should probably technically be able to just kind of reach up and just grab onto it. If the rest of him isn't solid, he could just use that as a stationary point.
Yes. Okay. So that's how I thought you were, but I didn't want to put that in your mouth. As soon as you begin grabbing it, instead of pulling yourself up, you begin pulling your shadow down towards you. And immediately as he goes a little bit, you put your hand off, and then you fall down a little bit more with your sword handle. The sword handle itself may be a bit longer now that you are here on the wall and your arms begin to tremble. Longer than most handles are on blades. This may be a foot long. You remain stuck in this, on the side of this mound.
Could he... So if I grab it with just one hand, it will pull down with my weight. It seems to fall down.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any possible way he could, with one hand, grab it, the other hand move the sword hilt up, where maybe between the two weights, it will not pull the shadow down and keep it just there in place?
As you attempt this process, you put the hand and move the sword at the same time, you lose 2 body lengths as the both of you are dragged down, and you nearly lose your grip on the sword as you have to reapply it in. You guys fall further down from the top of the mound. The darkness here has risen to a point where it's getting more difficult to even see around you. Light is struggling to pierce your surroundings. By your feet, maybe even deeper. You can still see bits about you, but the darkness now threatens to swallow you both. In the desolation of this area, Killian, what is your next move as you find this impossible struggle, this jump that you have made? With every ounce of effort that you try to make upward, you find yourself falling further downward.
And you said the hilt is like a foot long or so?
Yes.
Is it what? Because it seems like when he's just holding on to it, it's falling down. So I don't think he can just stand on it or anything, because it's probably not going to help.
Probably not for long.
Yeah.
But Killian could stand on it if he chose to.
Mm-hmm. If he chose to stand on it, and like he puts it above his head, gets up and stands on it, now he's another body length higher, and presumably the echo would also move a body length higher. Would he... How far would that put the echo body length from the...
Back to the 1.5 before.
1.5. Okay. And I know it's one of those things where if it grabs on, it pulls it down, but could it... Does it seem to Killian like there's enough of a give in time to where he can maybe just use it to, like, constantly... He throws himself off of that up, and the echo would have to move up, which gives him another handhold to just keep jumping up in one motion?
Because you've already experienced every time you touch the echo that way, it always brings you down.
Okay.
Whenever
And it's
you
always
pull,
just
whenever
above
you
me.
put your weight on the echo and push the echo, try and pull yourself up, both of you always fall.
Mm-hmm. And I can't seem to move the echo at all. It's always just above me, directly above me on the wall.
Yes. You can feel the outcome of this situation is coming close.
Yeah.
You are either close to the solution or falling into the endless darkness here.
I'm just trying to mentally game this out, and I'm not figuring out how this is tough. Damn. Who would have thought? The DM gives a puzzle to a player.
You were just eating his like fucking popcorn over there, just like this dumbass. I would have figured this out 20 minutes ago. Fucking Far had this down pat. He perceived all the endings already. Get it together, fight man.
He has tried every outcome.
Be like, all right, I'm going to perceive into the Matrix. Got it. All right, cool.
And I couldn't like maybe put the dagger below the Echo's foot to where it reinforces the foot to give him a position to move up, or.
No, at this point, the dagger's like slowly falling every time. So as you jump up, you're always also changing the location. Otherwise, you're going to hit the same streaks that you're making in this as you continue to fall.
Damn it.
Time is ticking.
It's ticking,
down.
yeah, and I'm just, my head's racking and I'm not figuring it out. I feel very bad. Because you got the wall and you're sliding down the wall. Got a
Game
foot long
can be a
rod.
game of failure as well.
Yeah.
You may lose, you may win. But is there really a win and loss in these endless voids?
So, who knows? I want to get to the map. It's like,
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
I'm very interested in what this place is.
So you've got the can't throw this thing by the foot. The foot doesn't help me move up. If I kicked, Jillian kicks into the wall with his foot. Would that kick the Echo's foot into the wall?
Yes. And as it does, you see it causes more of the wall to break away, and you almost fall into a complete free-for-all as you loosen up the soft stone of this mound, and you are caused to move to the side as you've caused an entire pillar of rocks just to collapse onto your right, nearly dragging you all the way into the depths. It seems like doing any damage to this wall is not in your benefit, and it continues to erode away and continues to.
And when those rocks fell, none of them made like any handholds or anything you could conceivably use to go up.
No.
A bunch of rocks fall.
Yes.
Okay.
Like it's like a mudslide type of idea, not so much like a mountainside. It's just the shearing of this mountain continues, this mound. And is it of dirt, of stone, of sand? It is a mix of materials and ash.
And because my thought was maybe you could use the foot to make handholds above you, but
I know what you keep trying to do.
yeah, I'm kind of lost here. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I can tell.
Yeah. And I don't want to just be like, well, fucking, I give up, bud. I give up, DM. But at the same time,
try something. Try something and fail or succeed.
It's above me, and yeah, it's just. He's just gonna hoist himself onto the hilt and see if he can just jump for it. I've got no clue. Be honest with you here, bud.
Okay. As you try to hoist yourself up, immediately the wall gives way to your weight, and you fall down into the darkness. And with that, you wake. In the morning, to Abel shaking you, telling you to, hey, time to come up in the morning. What was he? He's Southern? Go ahead and do your fucking voice. I probably could do it later.
Hey, come on, wake up. What? You're babbling in your sleep.
Yep. I'm up. We're good.
Who's ready for another exciting day of Steam Tide?
Hang on a second. I'm gonna take Lucius and Abel, and I'm gonna do a once-over of like trying to resplint their arms, try to make it more appropriate.
Go ahead and make a messenger.
see if I can fix it up a little bit.
There's a little idea for the landscape you were walking through.
That music's awesome, by the way.
It's Kingdom Hearts, it ain't mine.
Yeah, I'm really sure. It was one of those things where, like the first 2 minutes, like, this is just Kingdom Hearts. I don't know where, but I'm not gonna talk about it for now.
17. Medicine.
You are able to apply much better splints, especially with your time and experience out on the roads when this happened many times to your party and your group.
There, that should be a little bit more comfortable. It's not going to be great, but...
Yeah, I mean, a broken arm's a broken arm, but it's about as good as it can get.
These were the landscapes. Now I can do this too. Even while we're playing, I can generate imagery. I thought about it a little too late, but this is very much similar to the world you were walking through.
That's horrifying.
Yeah,
to walk
fuck
through
up.
alone.
Fuck up. Anyways. All right, so we're gonna turn the green valve off. All right, we gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, I think so.
You can see Killian did not have a restful sleep, and he was sweating as you awakened.
You all right? You don't look too good.
The veins in his eyes, instead of being bloodshot, they are blackened and shadow-like.
All right, that's definitely not good. What happened, bud?
It's just, thinking back to the Melora shit. It's been in my head for a bit.
Well, if you're thinking back, your head has had a physical reaction. I mean,
It's a fucking crater god. Is that very shocking?
It's concerning still.
I don't think anyone's supposed to meet a creator god, bud.
Immediate deflection.
Yep.
All right, but like, the thing going on with your eyes right now is very concerning.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just.
Also, Melora's thing was purple, and this is black. Does this like visually look like the Echo stuff? Like,
does it look like Melora stuff? I was about to ask you for an insight check. You are, but you got it already, so you're correct.
I was gonna assume he was gonna roll it anyways.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I was entirely assuming he was gonna roll it regardless.
Yep. So, this is nothing to do with Melora. This doesn't look anything like Melora. You've seen Madness Creatures. You have seen Madness Creatures. You're currently dealing with Madness Creatures. There's no purple to be found here.
Killian, we're surrounded by madness creatures. I've been maddened before. Whatever this is not related to Melora, and I think you know that.
Fine, okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I gotta deal with the thing here.
You find, as well, as you begin inspecting Killian a little closer, his left leg almost look like it's faded. Almost like its brightness has been turned down a bit. It's almost shadow-like in form.
No, I'm not. No, it's not fine. This is not fine.
God damn it, Reed. You won't let me just deflect. How dare you have me have repercussions?
Lucius, get over here. You got take a look at this. See if you know anything.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Yeah, Arcana.
Can I
something else
give him the help action here?
I assume Arcana, because a history check, I would know anything previously that would match this, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's Arcana.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Can I give him the help action with all the...
That's a 21.
As you inspect the leg, everything feels normal. It's a leg as it should function, and it's still there, and everything. It's just a strangeness when your hand applies to it. It's almost like Killian's turning black and white in some aspects on his leg. It is a strange trick of light. It must be an illusion of sorts. It must be a magical spell or incantation that you cannot find, and there seems to be no other trickery going on here except this part of his leg has changed color. As you inspect up to the knee, it is Killian just fine, but here it is darker, almost as if a shadow is being cast onto his leg, but a shadow itself does not create a blackness. It just darkens, lessens the brightness on a person in this world.
Abel's gonna try and cast Remove Curse on Killian. See
Okay.
if that does anything.
Killian, you no longer are infected with the vampire stuff I forgot to keep track of a very long time ago.
I feel that one of them like, wait a minute.
That was from Dawn Call, and I completely forgot you got infected.
Does it like magically come out of Abel as well? And like,
What the fuck?
hell?
I think you
What the
already
heck?
got healed at some point, I'll
Yeah.
say. It's
Yeah, the Cthulhu pools when we
yours was very sure, perfect. Cthulhu. Yep.
Was
Just
that
like
from
I drew
the-
it up. Mm-hmm.
But does it have any effect on what's happening now? I'm assuming it's not going to, but
No, it has no effect.
Something Killian also wanted to check in this process, just because something also I forgot to ask, is just with John. When we were outside Seraph's old tower and we fought the Morelli and Killian got a scar on his chest with the weird echo shit that occurred. Is that still there after the observed world shit, or is it gone?
Sorry. I had to loop the song. Could you remind me of what the scar looked like, or did I just describe it as a scar?
So what happened? Killian had walked over. We found like the weird orb in the pond outside of Seraph's tower, and
Yep, I
Killian let the
remember
echo touch it, and he disappeared. And then in his like vision in mirror world or whatever, he got stabbed through the chest.
Yes.
And then when he came back, he had a scar on his chest where he got stabbed as well.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, is that still around after the observed world stuff we did?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So just keeping track of that too with the echo stuff. Just putting it all in line while we're at it.
You should probably stop putting it in that box. It's not going to fit anymore, Killian.
Guys, we're gonna have to get an industrial-sized crate at this point, baby. It's getting.
No,
It's
you need
getting
a
big.
fucking warehouse here
We're
soon.
gonna have to get a warehouse.
So, leg. This is new, right?
I mean,
Not happened before.
Yes, yesterday that was not there.
It's my leg.
Well-
I don't know what you guys are on about.
Well, Lucius has only known Killian like 2 weeks, so he has no gauge on the echo ship whatsoever.
Abel just gives Killian a look of like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" When he makes the comment about, "It's just my leg. It's fine."
Listen, we have the whole bullshit with madness creatures here. Let's get our castle, and then we can deal with it then. Does that make you feel better?
You know how doctors like hit your knee to make sure it like kicks up, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that to Killian right now.
It reacts and kicks up
This
as
is-
normal. It functions as normal. It is still a healthy, functioning leg.
Lucius,
like
Killian
it
locks
was
eyes
yesterday.
contact with you, and you can tell there's a moment where he's considering hitting your broken arm. not out of like pure unbridled malice, but just like he's like, "Oh, I got hit in the leg. I should hit him somewhere," and he's like, that would be a bit funny, but also fucked up.
I just wanted to do that.
Yeah, he's just his arm like twitches a little bit.
Well, I ain't got shit for this, so. I mean, worst comes to worst, or best comes to best, we can cut it off, make you a leg.
What? What do you mean, make me a leg?
I
It's
can
fine.
make you a leg.
It's fine. Why would I need to cut it off?
Doesn't.
That's not
fine.
cut legs off.
Just
It's
get
an
back
option.
to the task at hand. We got to turn off the green pipe. It's right over there. It will electrocute you if you touch it. And also, above table note, I don't know that it's Killian because I touched it. It's because Mahua touched it last session when I was playing him. And I felt kind of bad about that.
Before we do anything, File's gonna go to Lucius and go. Do you have a hammer? I could borrow.
I'm gonna say yes. It's gotta be
I'll
included. in
stab
the
you.
yeah.
Have some agency. You are an artificer. Yes, you have a hammer. Look at your inventory. You probably have artifice tools. I am not your dad. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do 100% of the time. I will tell you what you can't do.
Yes, I have a hammer. I will get a bar.
Yeah, so Far will, and out of his pouch, he will take a diamond and wrap it up in a cloth, and then start smashing it with a hammer.
Yes.
And then kind of pour that diamond dust into his component pouch.
You got it.
Just to have diamond dust.
You have it.
We'll turn the hammer and then turn to Mahua and Lucius. You guys are both down a lot of hit points, right?
I'm at
Like-
69, nice. But
Like, negative. Sorry.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
only 30 for me.
40 for me.
yeah, so, I mean, with that, I mean, Far knows that Mahua is kind of normally up in the front, and will offer to cast a spell to put him back to full.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
when I
sure.
cast remove curse on Killian, did that get rid of any of his other missing max HP?
No.
Okay.
Damn.
Worth asking.
So Far will take out a third of that diamond dust he just did and cast greater restoration. So that
Yeah.
gets rid of one effect affecting target's maximum hit points.
You got it. Mahua's back.
And
It doesn't heal you though to max HP. I would say it removes your the block. So you're now 40 of your normal max HP.
I will go ahead then and give just a first level cure wounds to Mahua.
Sure.
And then also with Mahua, I will take the coin I gave him that has the vortex warp, and I'll just redo that so it has maximum charges.
Is that 10?
Yeah, it's 10.
You just grab it and just hit it with a hammer, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, that's it. And you heal for 9.
Hell yeah.
So wait, what are you at right now?
Whoa. Hang on. I did the wrong button.
Because I just did a first level because I wanted to save spell slots, but I can.
I'm
do
at
more.
66 of 97.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's about where I'm at. So
Which, I mean, that's fine. The negative to my max HP was the biggest issue.
that's good, and I'll be good because now I have my steel defender, which can tank a bit for me, so I'll be fine.
Well, we're gonna have to leave him because he can't climb out the window to go on the roof. So
Yeah.
stuck.
We could vortex warp him.
No, it's
We
not. worth
could.
it. We'll just leave him here.
Adam continues to be without
could
his
also- We could also just turn off the trap through the
Yes,
hallway, couldn't we?
Yeah, I
could.
thought that
what
was
I
the
gonna
plan.
say.
How are we gonna climb him up the other elevator shaft and get him across the floor?
I don't know.
We
Killian's
can use
pretty
the
strong.
vortex warp then, so we're not using multiple.
I'll do whatever. It should work. We can. I got Abel up that shaft. I can get that thing up it. It's not too hard.
Are you guys going to the next area?
No, we got to
Turning
turn
off the green tab first.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we gotta do the green stuff.
You little bastard.
Nice
You gonna forget about that
try.
shit. Okie doke. That's on
Yeah,
you.
you know what?
Right,
You're not getting away with it.
But we're smarter than that.
It will try to hurt you. I don't
What's up?
feel comfortable saying that. It will shock you.
So is
be
there multiple
careful.
levers? Is it just one lever that is booby trapped? Like,
It was a single lever in this building.
Single lever.
does anybody have the ability to disarm traps? I don't know above board. I don't know what the skill check would be for that.
Just
I'm
Check the
guessing.
traps. Just check.
I have thieves tools on me, and I'm
Ooh,
proficient
you
in
can-
those.
Cool. You can unlock a trap. Mhm.
Yeah, but that's about
Well, that's
it.
what we're talking about. We're talking
Well,
about
is
just
there a way to like you can check for traps, but that isn't really the same as like being able to disarm a
Disarming,
trap without
yes,
it.
yes,
It's
yes.
usually still it's a thieves
still-
tools check.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
that's
is
what I
thieves'
thought.
tools. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I'm just giving
you
him a hard
can
time.
you can rule it either as it's usually like either a dex or an intelligence check with the thief's tool proficiencies and expertise if you have them.
Can I flavor it as an intelligence check with thieves tools?
No, it's always Dex. Fuck off. No.
Ah. I tried.
Adam, it's not flavoring if you're just
No, I
using
know,
a
I
different
know.
mechanic. That's not
I
what
know.
flavoring means.
I tried. Man, my deck sucks.
But I, instead of using strength for my attacks, what if I just use my charisma?
Risen
Say that
Are you
like
a
literally the
paladin?
class feature that Abel has.
I am a wizard.
Okay, so what if we just like took a stick and just flipped it?
That's what I was thinking. As
You know what
everyone
shocks
turns
you?
to Abel, and Abel just has a very long stick he found on the ground.
I have a bunch of leather. I can just cover my hands with leather and pull
Where
it.
did Abel find this stick?
That's
where did you
exactly what
find
I'm
the
saying.
stick? Yeah.
Where would
How
a
the hell
stick
did you
be?
find the stick?
What are you talking about?
An extinguished torch would count as a stick.
Yes, it would. Now I can
Okay.
live with this. Something on your
Yeah.
person. This is
Yeah,
the
not just
classic.
saying I
Ryan does
found
this
the
shit all the
stick.
time. He's like, I pick up a rock. I'm like, why would there be a rock right here? It's just a stray. How many rocks are just hanging inside your fucking house unattended?
Like,
Like,
you mean you don't
Like
you don't have
seven.
a random rock collection for when you just need a rock in the
my
middle of your day?
brother-in-law does, but he's a geologist.
Okay, well, that's
There's
fair.
a difference.
I have a rock
He's
of
paid
salt.
to find rocks. Okay, so we just because if it shocks you, then why don't we just flip it with something that doesn't shock you,
Yeah.
like a stick?
If I was
You
going to
said
take a
that
couple
leather,
steps back to
Lucas?
not be in the range.
What? Yeah. What if we just like throw the stick and hit it like right on the mark, where it flips? You know.
So all right, Abel just pushes it with the stick.
Yeah, it pushes. The electric shock goes. The stick chars and burns all the way down to the half, but with your force, you're able to click it, and you can see it reverses, and it takes but a minute, and then the green begins finding its way out of the tube. And
There we go.
emptying.
It's that easy. Why would we throw it, Lucius? That makes no sense. You just flip it.
No, if you have good aim, it'll work.
Whatever. He's gonna
All right, on to the
go
next
into
place.
that door.
Where would you get the force needed to overcome the friction? Anyway.
And then we turn off the trap going back.
Yes, I was gonna say we get
Yes.
Lucius to turn off the flashbang.
Mhm.
Yeah, that,
Uh huh.
Well,
Go
that
ahead and
too.
give me another check for
Unhomeloaning.
that, though.
We're
That
on
was...
home aloneing our home right now.
You had me make an Arcana check to put it up.
Don't care. That was
So-
a sleight of hand to break it down.
Oh,
You-
it's sleight of
you had to
hand.
create it for the Arcana check.
Fuck! I got rid of my gloves of thievery. God damn it! 12.
12.
Considering it's a trap I put together.
You set it off. If I rolled higher, that was the DC of the D20 I was rolling.
Flashbang not deal damage; it just stuns you. Or
Yeah,
blinds
it
you.
just blinds him. So Lucius gets blinded as he's undoing the trap. The trap door flips open. He falls, taking
God damn
2
it!
points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks onto the metallic crates. And all you guys are able, as you saw him tinkering with it, you're all like, I'm not facing that.
Why did you fall? Why didn't you just fly?
Lucius, I don't think you're cut out for this, man. I'm gonna be honest with you here. I
Hey, your
once
trap
we-
work.
Yeah, no, I mean
Fuck you.
he's got half of it down.
Fuck you, Drew.
Yeah.
Halfway there. Be an optimist.
I'm kind of pissed Abel mentioned flying, but I'll let it be.
You guys descend down now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As you descend down, that's where we'll take our first break. We'll take about a 10-15 minute break, and then we will return for more D&D.
That dream was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, at that point, I literally was just like, I don't want to take up more time than I'm doing because there's other players, and I don't want to just sit here being dumb. So
You were almost
let's-
done. You ruined it. You're no fun.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid, Reed.
Whatever.
I still haven't seen Black Adam.
We return.
Anyways,
Hello.
we're back. Dungeon crawl.
We return back to the dungeon crawl of dungeon crawls. All right, group. You guys find yourselves down from your position on the green side. You have successfully reversed the waters, and as you guys come back into the main area and traverse your way back towards the top of the red tube side, you notice on the doors now the green has faded out of the doors, and so the blue and the red remains, but you have made an effect and a change in this world. As you go up, you guys now find yourself on the precipice of the long hallway in which there is not a grain of dust or sand to be seen.
Interesting.
And I need to change the music.
Okay, so just a black hallway. Good to just walk.
I'm sure it's fine.
Hang on,
You know,
hang on. So the last one locked you inside it and tried to
Yep.
cook you to death.
Yeah.
So maybe we should,
It-
look for the traps.
And
Oh, I
Far will
assume there's a
reiterate that it is trapped and it has to do with dismemberment.
oh
Sure.
fuck.
Do you just
Abel-
know that by looking at it? What the hell?
I checked it out yesterday real quick when
Abel
we were
will
getting
check
set up.
for traps with his investigation.
Okay.
Okay, go
It
ahead.
didn't come up to now. Didn't matter to now. And Far pushes Lucius's machine in there.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
No.
Come on! Be a man!
I was
Rob
gonna
out of his
suggest-
subclass for like the 20th time
Yeah.
in a row. Get rid
I
of
was
it.
gonna say, worst comes to worst, we could just
Does
send
anybody
my
want
shield
to
defender
give
in
me
there.
the help action?
Nope, too late. Too late. That's not how that works.
Please.
No, that's not how that works.
I know. I'm joking. It's because I got a nat 1.
Oh god. Hey, I can rebuild your limbs. You can be the $7 million man of Zenya.
And we'll get
I
there.
might have to be.
Do we know? I guess Far will turn to Mahua and say, "Do you know how it was triggered? Maybe we can look for something similar here."
As Abel checks for fucking traps.
The total of 9.
Abel falls onto the hallway as he loses his balance because his broken arm can't keep the fall. This is
Music is giving me bad.
I was about to say, this is guessing.
honestly,
It
it
is
wasn't supposed to
music.
be that intense, but it actually now fits perfectly for what you just rolled. So
Oh no.
everything's fine now.
Christ.
You go to stabilize yourself with your broken arm, and you're like, oh god, not fixed yet. And you fall forward as you begin to investigate the very sides, as you try to see what trap may be happening. And as you fall forward into here, immediately a pressure pad comes forth. And you see behind you a wall shoots down, separating you from your group. Inside this hallway, you turn back and you see this wall has nothing but grinding spikes on this side as the clock mechanisms begin to turn. And the ground, if you remember those awful things that insta-killed you in Skyrim, in the Dwarven mines, they come up from the ground, those blades. So they're like little spinning blades, almost like pinwheels. And they come on all the tiles down here as now that door begins grinding and pushing forward as you find yourself stuck inside this area.
Oh my god.
I look at Far. That?
Okay, this is bad.
Stallion looking around. I have a solution.
Is
It's
there-
gone, but Killian
Round
has-
one!
Yeah.
What do you do, Abel?
I'm looking around. So my understanding is like wall,
Yep.
other wall that's coming close to me that's going to kill me with all sorts of evil spikes and saw blades and shit.
Incorrect. So I should describe that better. The wall that's moving is the wall by your friends. So that is
Okay.
slowly moving forward. You guys are seeing like as the wall moves forward, it's empty. It's clean as can be.
Is it moving towards me?
Of
No,
course
it's
it is.
pu- it's
Yes, it
pushing
is.
you in.
Just
It's
checking.
pushing you toward the end of the hallway. There's nothing but these blades on the ground currently.
Okay. How
And it's like-
how long's the hallway?
300 feet is what we agreed on last time.
300 feet.
And it's a glass dome, right?
Yes, it's a glass dome.
Oh,
You can see
God. Well, I know where I'm at. This is bad. So,
Sponsored by Geico Bad Guys.
yeah.
They'll cover your castles.
How, like, to avoid the blades on the ground. Oh, there he goes.
Hey, he's back.
There you
I
go.
can hear you.
To avoid the blades on the ground.
Yep.
Is that like? Is that just like pathing? Like if I?
No. There's no space for you just to dip and duck between them. No. That
Okay.
defeats the
Well,
point
then
of the
I'm gonna
traps.
look for a place of elevated position that I can like misty step onto to get away from the floor.
It's a tube tunnel, so you could try for the misty step on top of the grinding, the 3 layers of grinding circles that you would see that grinds metal pipes together into dust. It's a hallway tunnel.
Okay.
The whole floor is those blades that you're now getting pushed into soon, whether you like it or not. You're either going to get grinded behind you or grind it forward to you. And then there's the end of the hallway, an open doorway almost taunting you. Just get here and you're safe.
Oh my god, this is fucking stressful. And I'm sure I'd be able to think of like a logical solution if I wasn't like under the wire right now.
10, 9,
Mahua, don't you have a
Hey.
coin to move him?
So
7.
can't see through this door, correct?
It's a glass. It's a
6.
glass. It's a glass thing, right? I'm gonna try an Eldritch blast blast a hole through the glass.
Cool. As you
And
do
then
in
I'm
this
gonna-
first round, the Eldritch Blast goes up, and you can see this is clearly coated in some sort of artifice material to prevent anybody from magically getting outside of this area, getting inside this area. As far as traps go, this would be the purpose of such a trap, to prevent somebody from simply bursting through the sides here. You will lose your footing, and you have your choice of going into the wall or going into the first set of blades to take damage. Which way do you choose to go?
I don't know which one's worse. I'm trying to be like, which one's gonna hurt me less?
Figure it out. You can shut the fuck up, Hunter.
God, fucking hell.
What do you got, Abel?
I'll take the floor blades.
That will only be 15 points of piercing damage.
15?
Yep.
5?
15, 1-5. And at the start of every round for the next 5 rounds, you will take 5 points of bleeding damage.
That's not good.
Round 2,
What?
Abel.
Blah, blah.
I don't give a
I
shit
was
about
gonna
you
try
guys.
to do something in round 1.
I know you were, and I'm ignoring you, but what do you want to do, Hunter?
I was gonna fucking, cause if it's like the last trap,
Okay.
the door is not see-through. So I was gonna pull a fucking Zenitsu, do a step of the wind, and run 150 feet in the direction of the window to try and get outside again.
Okay, so then you go...
So backtracking into
Yeah.
the foyer area, out the window.
Yeah, we're
onto the
backtracking
tube
from
and try
here
to, like,
down. Okay. I can say
So
you give me your step of the wind, then in your action to break through the glass.
Well, the glass was already broken from the last time we left.
That would take you over here. This was the window you broke through on this side to go here. There's another window on this side to break here. So you can.
I'll go through that then.
The other one, you can go all the way around if you choose. Which way are you going? The red side or the green side?
How far apart were they from the red to green side? I was out on the green side last time.
I think we agreed 600 feet.
Oh.
Double the distance of the lengths of these hallways would be across.
Then I'll go for the window nearest the red side.
Okay.
And I will sacrifice an action to break through
You break
while
through,
still getting 100 feet of movement.
shattering the glass. You look up and you can see that it is still drizzling and raining cloud cover over the area. A chill to the air. And you get a glance of all the whirling blades and mechanisms. And you can see Abel just blast at the top to no avail as the giant grinders go hard at his back. And he takes a step into the swirling blades. And you can see him wincing as blood goes slapping against the side of the tunnel here. And you have 100 feet of movement still?
I
10,
got
15,
there
20,
with a
25.
total of 100 feet of movement.
Okay, so I'd say you have about 50 left.
Oh, then I'll use whatever I have left to try to get myself back onto the walkway like I did the other one.
All right, you go on top of it, and you get yourself probably quarter of your way down the pathway. So, Abel, you're able to hear the steps of Mahua on the top of this area.
And is it similar like Glass Dome, like I can see in at him?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't do anything for this round because that was everything to get out here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Killian's just desperately trying to figure out how to turn his trap off on the other end, kind of like how what happened to
Please.
Mahua. Still not figuring out anything, just like last time. So he's just
That tracks.
Do
he's
these
going
traps
nuts.
look
Like that.
magical or like purely mechanical?
Purely mechanical.
Fuck. Alright. Alright, time for option B. I'm gonna use my Freedom of the Waves as a bonus action.
Okay.
So I essentially create a 15-foot radius, 10-foot tall cylinder of swirling, raging water, and I'm gonna try and kind of destroy as many of the saw blades around me to give me wiggle room.
Okay. How much damage does that do?
That is 2d8 bludgeoning. I will roll that
Yeah, go for
right
it.
now. Please be good.
That's not bad.
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You notice it does weaken the blades, and they slow a bit in the water and the typhoon itself, but as the magic dissipates, they are still standing strong. These are hardy devices meant to trap great beasts inside here, potentially the size of madness creatures during a siege.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Were there any areas that look particularly that I affected that look particularly weakened? Because as part of this, I can teleport anywhere within the radius of my thing.
No, I mean,
That's
it was all equal damage to everything, so.
Okay.
The wall looks way less damaged than everything else
I'm just trying to figure
as it continues to move towards you.
Fucking, I'm aware and I'm scared.
Did you take 5 points, by the way, of bleeding damage?
Let me do that right now. 5 points. Shit. All right, time to check this over.
Anything else, Abel? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Fucking, I'm gonna
5.
Eldritch Blast specific plates in front of me to try and at least give myself more runway. Or specific blades in front of me, sorry. So I'm trying to destroy individual blades in front of me to give me more runway.
Sure, go ahead and roll to attack. See how that goes.
Eldritch Blast. That's 3. That I get 3 beams. 15 to hit,
Hits.
13 to hit,
Hits.
and 16 to hit.
Hits.
That's
You get
3d10.
4 at this level? I thought
I
4
get
was level
3.
20.
I got
Okay.
3.
Alright.
All right, I must have misheard something.
Alright, so that'll be 3d10. 18 points of force damage.
Okay. Is that all the damage?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
get to add any fucking modifiers.
Okay. It looks like you've damaged a bit, but it's still functioning, and it looks a little more worse for wear than the other ones, but still functional. It still has.
I'm gonna keep.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep moving then because.
Okay. Well, even the ones before that you've damaged now are going into the floor as this thing is catching up with you from that 15 feet radius, and it is pushing it forward. And Mahua, you even witness now as it's moving forward, the blood on the wall seems to get sapped right up. Crystal clean in here.
As the wall is moving forward,
Yes.
are we able to like see the glass and stuff above, or
Yeah, you see the
fucking
glass,
die.
and yeah, I mean it's just looking like the hallway again, and you're just seeing a door, the back of that wall just slowly moving forward, and so you guys are like, I guess he's got the door to move. Wait, there wasn't a door before, but I guess he got the new door to move. All right, Abel, you went forward.
Yes.
Okay. You take another 15 points of slashing damage, and you now, I'm keeping track of it as well, but you have 5 more rounds of bleed, so now 4 rounds you'll be taking 10 points of bleed, and then you'll have an extra round of 5 after that.
I was going to attempt to see if Vortex Warp would allow him to come outside of the hallway next to me on top.
Sure. You want to try that?
I was gonna attempt it.
Okay, so how does Vortex work again? Do you just got to throw it at him, or
You just
point it
have
at
to
him?
see
I have to have visual of him, and I basically like choose to teleport him somewhere within 90 feet of me.
Awesome. I need you to
can
give
resist
me
it.
a what was it? Dex. Really, Dex? Constitution. No, I think it's a Constitution saving throw.
For me,
Yeah.
okay. Ooh, 19.
Okay. You could determine what you do with this. As you attempt to cast this, it burns your hand so hot that you will begin to get degrees of burns on your hand, and you begin hot potatoing it as the spell is continuing to attempt. You casted it, and it can't resolve, and it just seems like this thing is a reaction that is a positive loop, and it's just casting, getting reflected, casting, getting reflected, and it's not settling.
I have a secondary idea for the next round. Or
Okay, if you're not going to let go of it, then you'll take 10 points of burning damage, and your hand will become singed.
I will not drop it because it's fucking rainy out here and it'll be lost into the oblivion.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Does that count as one use of spell story since it's reflecting and recasting? Would that be? I'm just trying to keep track of the uses.
Who knows yet?
I'm keeping track.
You're keeping track as well. Okay.
It
It's just it's something in my inventory, so
I know, but you haven't figured out the mystery yet.
Does Far see this happen? You know, he's seen him use the rock before.
No, because the wall. So at this point,
I didn't know if he was up above.
He is.
Because we could see through the glass. That's why I didn't know
But
where
he
was.
has to be able to see Abel, so unless he's completely stable and not moving to stay ahead of Abel to try and teleport him out. So,
But
and he didn't.
If the glass is like all see-through on the top,
Yes.
and this wall's moving forward,
Yes.
and Mahua just needs to see Abel, theoretically you should be able to just stand in a position where
You
we can
could,
still see
but
here.
all this has to be lining up. You're completely right. So, Mahua, did you move that round? I guess that's the better question to try and cast this when you were up there. Did you stay in your exact position and watch the wall go underneath you to allow your friends to see you?
No, I was moving down to.
Then at that
make
point, you
distance.
wouldn't be able to see Mahua yet if he was moving with him on that side.
Okay.
But otherwise, completely agree. That's how that would work, but that wasn't my initial interpretation, but that is a fair point.
Can Far try to Misty Step on top of the glass then?
Yeah, Killian's going to use his echo stuff to get on top of the glass too. Was what he was going to do.
I think the echo would work. The Misty Step ends up knocking you backwards instead, and you go down the chute, and you'll take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Far, you're immediately able to tell that there is this tube itself is able to stop any transportation magic. It defeats the purpose of trapping any magical beings inside this area, and this is clearly was designed to entrap magical or powerful beings.
Killian manages to get up there with the echo.
I'm gonna say he does. That's an ability, right?
It's just I can swap places.
He's not magical.
Well, that's the question that it comes down to, because as the class is written, you probably could define that it is, but I don't know what you've done to it to make it fit for your world to say if it's magical. Because the original version is timeline bullshit with Dunamancy, but you axed that at the start, so I don't know what it is.
What do you mean timeline bullshit?
Like, the way the Echo works as written for Matt Mercer is you are pulling on doomed timeline versions of your stuff.
Oh
And you
yeah,
are
no,
swapping
that's definitely
positions.
not it at all.
Yeah, which you axed, which
Oh,
that was
100%.
like day one. So
yeah,
I
because
don't know what
we don't
this
have
is.
that. No time travel.
Yeah,
none of
yeah,
that.
because then I know, and I asked like back in Ashaya, hey,
Yeah.
is this also Dunamancy or would kill you know? And you're like, no. So I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I've got no clue.
I will point out the way that it's written in the description is you are magically swapping places, so there is an element of magic to the class feature.
This is true. So if you want to say,
But you're not casting a spell, are ye?
Unless the spell is called the Manifest Echo Teleport, which I don't think is on the spell list. No.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let me check my rule book here.
do I just
I don't think so.
cast Expeditious Retreat and just try and book it out of here?
That's certainly an option.
That seems like a bad idea, because I think every single blade you're hitting, you're gonna have to take damage
That's
and
true.
bleed damage.
Yeah.
This is fucking.
Don't roll that one, bud. Don't know what to tell you.
I didn't try to roll in that one.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, if he
the
gets up there,
golden
I
die?
stuff. Otherwise, I still have stuff planned for either option. Just
Yeah, I
whatever
say he
you
gets
want,
up there. I think this
All
is an
right.
ability, and you're not casting a spell, so I don't believe the artifice that encompasses this would understand the difference and be able to reject or do what is happening to the coin. I think my mind logically in the way this trap is created, its purposeful effect is messing with spells, casting of spells and incantations, because that would be the first thing a person would try to do if they were trapped inside here with all these spinning blades, is just teleport away. And this is made in such a way that you can't do that, which if you get this castle, you can trap people in here that could teleport away that can't teleport away anymore. But that would be something else, I guess.
No.
Critical thinking or something like that. Who knows?
We are
What's
not there yet.
Yeah.
We are
Is that
currently
achievable?
trying to not die. Or
You're
specifically-
currently not trying to die.
Like,
No, no,
These are just
you're
able
trying to
problems.
save
Here,
you.
it's you.
All right,
That's all I'm hearing
John,
is Able
let Able
problems.
die and
Okay,
have
so
Killian just be
Killian gets
eternally
on the top floor.
traumatized.
Yes.
So Killian's up here.
Yep.
I would like to ask the DM. I know for the other trap, Mahua sprinted to the end and got in a window. Is
Yeah.
there a window that Killian can see on this end? Where theoretically, you might
Doesn't
be able
appear to
do
be any
something
windows
similar?
on this end.
No windows on this end. That's
fuck.
an issue. But you
Still
still gonna
tower
try to-
top. There's still stonework over there. I mean, yeah.
Now, you're still gonna get to that end of the start booking it to that end of the tower.
Okay, this is 300 feet long, remember?
That's why I said he's gonna
Yep.
start
Okay.
because it's gonna take a minute.
Okay. So, but with your action as well, right? Because all it is summon your echo bonus action, switch places. That's just part of your movement? That's an ability, right? That's not an action.
It would technically take 2 turns because I have to summon him with bonus action, swap with a bonus action.
We'll say first
so-
round you summoned them and then
Yeah.
swapped. That's fine. with me
So
right
yeah,
now.
so then just movement and action. I can just dash and just
Okay, so that's
go.
60 feet.
yes, 60 feet. So,
So-
fifth of the
So a
way.
lot of rounds is what
a
I'm
lot
hearing.
of he's working on it.
Okay.
He's trying his best.
We'll get
And,
back to you trying your best, kiddo. All right, save the day, Drew. What's up with you?
Yeah, working on it.
Can
Can Far see the glass at all from the bottom of the shaft?
you see
Any
no.
little bit, like if he gets to
No.
the edge or anything? Okay.
Well, from where you fell, you get back up and you'll be able to see stuff just
Yeah.
fine.
Is it a move action? Get back up.
Yeah,
Or-
I'll say it'll take about not an action, but it'll take half your movement to get back up the shaft.
Okay.
I'd say.
Then Fo move back up because he's only used a bonus action.
Yep.
And he's gonna cast Dispel Magic on the glass.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
He determined that wouldn't work,
Mm-hmm.
which he doesn't know that other things didn't. So that's why I was trying to gauge that. So
Absolutely.
did
Go
that.
ahead and roll for me.
What level are you casting?
I'm the lowest level. I'm gonna roll. I'm not gonna try to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta figure out. So, I add my modifier, right? So it's 21
plus wisdom modifier.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, 21.
As you cast this, you see the spell itself dissipates from this trap. All the blades and walls begin to shimmer and shake, and the wall itself falls forward onto Abel. The blades begin to fall off their hinges and whip around everywhere inside this area.
I was going for just the magical effect of the trap.
You're
trap
correct.
Mechanism.
You're
Okay.
right. This is the effect.
Okay.
I know you were, but this is the effect. Is the magic inside here was all contained inside this artifice system, and then once this little bolt came off, these things aren't turned off yet, but it's just like you've taken something off its hinges, and everything is now shifting and shaking. And what ends up happening instead of him zipping places, you have now swapped, and you zipped past where he was, and you are on the. So you were on top here, Mahua.
Mhm.
And now you are falling off the edge here. You're just falling midair. You just went the distance you were supposed to in the wrong direction. And that used 3 of the charges on that, by the way, during that sequence. You are still sprinting, Killian. Abel, in this moment, because this is happening on turns, you've already had your turn, so you don't get to have a reaction to this. The wall is falling onto you, the blades are falling, and now you notice, too, that there was all these, like, strings in the ceiling, almost like spider webs or wires that might have been put up that you've seen, like, for the silence wires, that is to let somebody know. Not silence, it's not silence, it's alarm.
Alert.
The opposite, the alert. And as those begin falling, you can see they are cutting through the very steel of these blades down here as they come down. I'm going to say, give me a dex saving throw. A
I
dex
had a
saving
feeling.
throw.
10.
And you say. Let's roll for the DC of the door. This is where, if I had my dice cam set up, you guys could see the intensity of the dice cam. It's not set up yet, so life sucks. The big die.
I'm scared about how much damage this is going to do.
Is that luck for us or luck for you, Reed?
I don't honestly know. Natural 3.
Oh.
The door does not fall on you, Abel, as you dodge for your life. Instead, you fall forward, the wires and blades cutting you instead. Combine the two of them will deal a total of 30 points of piercing damage, and you will take another 5 points of bleeding.
It's
for-
10 points.
Of rounds.
So 15.
It's up to 15, my friend.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Because it stacks. Yeah.
I thought you meant, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Abel's really doing good.
With that, the entirety of the room begins to fall apart. All the blades and charges and everything collapses down, and the room itself seems to be disabled at this point. Everything has crumbled and collapsed. Mahua, you are in free fall. And Abel, you are... we'll go to the next round here.
Bleeding out.
Abel, you'll take 15 points of damage at the start of this round.
All right.
Mahua, what are you doing?
Probably just try to vortex warp myself back onto the top of the walkway.
Yeah. Right back up you go.
I'll head out my back.
Abel,
Oh.
what are you doing as you bleed? With all these wires and mechanisms all over you, as you pull the wire off, it's metallic, it's heavy, but it's so thin, but it has this density to it. These are quite the interesting mechanical devices and traps set here.
Do I get the sense that these like wires and shit that I'm covered in right now, if I teleport, will they come with me, or will I be able to like teleport and they'll get off me?
Who knows? This whole room hasn't made sense to you. You'd have to give me an a intelligence check.
I'll take an intelligence check.
It's a straight
Oh no,
intelligence check.
that's a saving throw. Oh, and it was a natural 20. Fuck.
Just a normal intelligence check.
Next one's gonna be like a 3.
14.
Oh.
14. They probably won't come with you.
All right, Abel will Misty Step.
Okay.
Just 30 feet away, and then
Which way?
the direction that with the most like that seems the safest, I guess.
Probably towards your friends, because that
Yeah.
would be all clean and tidy instead of the hallway full of broken blades and other traps.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll
So
go back
go in
down that way. Sure.
I'll go that direction.
You're able to Misty Step those 30 feet, and no traps come with you. You're just bleeding.
And then as an action, I'm going to give myself 30 points of lay on hands to heal.
Mm-hmm. Does that cure any conditions, lay on hands?
I can cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Can you do that as a bonus action, lay on hands?
No, it's an action. I bonus action Misty Stepped.
No, I'm with you. This is for redeveloping combat, because I want damage over time effects in D&D from now
No,
on.
lay on hands is an action.
So I'm going to say that cures it. That stops the bleeding damage. I think that's good action economy, that you would have to make a choice to use a lay on hands to stop maybe one of your teammates or yourself from continuing the bleeding over time.
So Reed, I'll just jump in. That is how. So Pathfinder, there's bleed. Or,
Yes.
Over time, and any magical healing is the only thing that stops it.
Any magical healing. Okay.
Yeah. So
Excellent. So yes,
that's
then-
it.
cool.
It works the same way as what you just said. So
Terrific. I'm looking for that as an action, a healing action, or there's going to be one-time use items that are going to, again, make your money worth the value. And in the way I'm, again, trying to make more combat items useful in this game, one-time use stuff that if you could access it all the time, the combats would be very lopsided. But this stuff could be timely and useful for you guys. So I want to implement that and give more power to earning cash and currency in here. But I'm still developing all that. But you have an idea now, and I'm glad that works that way.
What if I need to save it for the final boss?
What if?
I gotta get that. I saw it very recently in a comic book where all the heroes are saying like, "Use it now!" And there's a wizard with like 6 vials, and he's just like, "I'm saving it." He's like, "This is the final boss. It's the end god." And he's like, "There could be bonus content."
It's like you give us something where it like fully restores your health and fully like gives you like a long rest in the middle of a fight, but then no one's gonna use it because it's like I have to save it for the end.
Nope. See,
I
that's the stuff I'm not
can't
going
use
to
it.
implement. Like, yeah. Anyway, you'll see. Purposely, those are the things I'm kind of incentivizing. Use it. Don't save it. Make this.
No, I gotta
a
save
point.
it. Nope. Final boss. That's how it works. I might need it when we do the final boss.
And I can't
like
wait
the
till how
boss.
offended you guys are when the villains start using this equipment too. And you're like,
Oh.
he can't do that. It's like, well, maybe you should use your shit more. The longer you don't use yours, the more they get. Every combat you don't use that item, they get 2 of them.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm joking. The hallway is.
Until we fight Ozarek, and Ozarek has a million magic items.
Yeah.
Gazillion.
Ozarek pulls out the Ice Forged Claw of Halal. What? That doesn't even make sense!
He pulls out sadness. Your sadness.
No,
Oh,
literally.
Lord.
Ozarek rips the emotions out of your body before he kills you.
That's horrible.
He can't do any of that. He's the god of obliteration. He doesn't have that many resources.
He obliterates your emotions.
The claw.
He
of Ozarek-
obliterates your self-esteem.
The claw of Ozarek just.
He'd like to do that, but man, he's really done that to himself.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a reason he's in therapy. He's working on himself though. That's typical. You
Come on,
gotta
man.
gotta respect it, man.
I mean, no one seems to, but he's trying.
My favorite is when I DM'd you the joke about Ozarek being your self-insert.
And you were like, what? No, it says all this stuff. And I was like, no, it's just a joke because he hates that his
but like for
employees
most of my
eat
life, I've hated myself, so that's way to hit on that, buddy.
That wasn't what I was.
Thanks for the old reminder of who I used to be and what the internet helped make me into. What? I'm always wrong. I'm horrible in every way imaginable. Thanks, YouTube comments. You're so supportive. Anywho, you guys are in the hallway. Three of you are in the hallway. The other two are on top of the tube.
Killian and Mahua are up on top of the tube.
Yep.
We're vibing up here.
Vibing as the rain drops fall onto you.
As Killian's making his way back because he sprinted down the thing, and then everything falls apart, and he's like, ah, and turns back around.
Oh.
He is gonna summon the Echo again,
Yep.
and just like as there's just the two of them up here, and he's making his way back to Mahua, he's gonna like see if he can clock if there's any difference in the Echo, because obviously there's differences in him.
Yeah.
When he woke up, just checking if there's any differences in that thing.
Nothing.
At all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Continuing back to Mahua, we're fine.
Even more concerning.
Okay.
Barel's gonna look at Lucius and then look at his construct and just kind of like gesture for him to go in the room first.
Lucius will sigh and kind of send the defender in kind of first.
As it walks down the hallway, kicking that bullshit aside, slowly getting scratched up and hurt as it puts the shit to the side. Still very dangerous and sharp, but it clears a path for all of you guys. I'll say it takes a good old 1 slashing damage.
All right, it's at 71 hit. It's at more HP than me.
I could make it worse, but I'm a kind, cruel god.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, are we done with the death trap hallway of awful?
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear you. There's glass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Killian's just talking.
I can't hear you.
D10 inspiration to
Mahua.
Drew. D10 inspiration.
Yeah, him and Mahua are
Fucking
just looking
living
down.
in the world. That is beautiful.
Can you get back in? I gotta go through the window again.
Okay, yeah, I can get down there.
All right, let's get out of here.
Do his echo stuff.
I'll fucking
Teleport in.
parkour my way through the window.
Oh, by the way, Far, you destroyed the spell, actually. So now you can't use this as I intended for you guys to use this, but still funny. It's good for
I was
you.
thinking that
should
when you
figure it
said
out.
that, I was like, yeah, but if they have teleport, generally they can
Yeah, do other things.
do dispel magic and just whatever. Like,
Oh, well.
It's fine. Okay, so Abel, I think we've learned that anything involving like subtlety is not your strong suit.
That wasn't even subtlety. I just tripped.
Yeah, and you fucked it up. It's the subtlety is you're not supposed to know there's a trap, and you found out there's
You're
a
not
trap.
particularly subtle either.
I told you guys there was a trap. What do you
Yeah, I
mean?
mean, yeah, like he was in the middle of it. So just
And Abel was checking for him.
we should have let him do that again.
I think
the
Abel has
bad
best
thing is
investigation.
I have really good investigation.
Yeah.
I was trying to use that.
I climb up the ledge. All right, so Abel, I was about to get into trying to just convey how this triggered. So maybe if like we've experienced something previously, you should just like hold for a moment. Okay? Okay? And then I look at everybody else. Okay? Does everybody hear me right now?
I agree with that.
I look at everybody but Far because he was the only one that was on the same page as me.
Hey, you were waiting too, pointing at me and Lucius. We were waiting.
Okay.
I already blinded myself once today. I wasn't trying to. do that
You
again.
also, yeah.
You're
so-
still seeing spots every now and then.
I was waiting. I know what I'm doing. Listen, I know what I'm doing here.
You're the one who just tried to talk through glass. So I don't want to hear anything from you.
You know what? That's tough talk for someone with a broken arm, bud.
I'm gonna just point to his leg.
It works fine. What are you on about?
I
Wow.
will sure.
Far statement from not even 10 hours ago rings inside Killian's ears. The truth of the matter
I agreed with him.
stings at his
I
heart.
agreed with him.
I
did
know.
Not, yeah.
But it's too soon to be reinforced. Too soon.
It's just a fact of life. It's not any pain from it. Just part of existence.
All right, guys, what are you doing?
Okay.
All right, now let's move.
Keep moving.
Does Abel still look rough? Like,
It's, on a scale of like 1 to 136, he's like a 71.
an interesting scale, but all right.
Sounds like
It's a
50-ish%. Well, close to 50-ish%.
It's above 50. He's fine.
That's above,
He's
yeah, because
fine.
140 would be. What a weird kid.
Yeah.
David, why do you say these things?
It's a
Like,
weird
where did you- where did
description.
it come from?
Yeah, it's a very oddly specific number value.
But does a giant owl get through the tunnel unscathed?
Oh, yeah, it's a giant owl. Yep. Yep, sure. Gets to the other end.
Oh, no, he took 1 point, so not unscathed.
Yeah,
Correct.
That's
Thank
true.
you for that. Yes.
Yes.
true.
Very important.
True. Yes. Yep. Gets to the end
I
of
kept
the
track.
hallway, and it waves back to you, like, all good. And then it just gets yanked away, and it's disappeared. No, I'm kidding.
Not again.
Just like a horror movie, the thing just gets, oh, good guys! And or what does they call it? Truck-chan from all the
What?
izakais. The same truck in every
Oh, the
anime
truck.
izakai runs
Yeah.
over the same person.
Plows through him. Yeah.
Oh my god! When I heard about that meme, I'm like,
The
that's
only way to go to Fantasy
hilarious.
World is to get run over by the same truck every single
It
time.
has to be that truck.
That's
Odd. It's the classic line that Juan said to me at least 48 times in the last
Mhm.
2 years of just like, odd that it happened twice. The whole, you know, if I had a nickel for every blah, 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 blah. Except it's not twice now. It's a lot.
It's
a
yeah.
lot. It's way more than 2.
Yeah.
Anywho, you guys go down the fucking hallway yet?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're at the end of the hallway. Here, there, next to the owl. And inside this room, instead of seeing a stairway that goes up, instead there is just a steam tide crest emblazoned on the ground here. And it looks like there is another panel here. As you see, the red pipe curves and goes down into the tower instead of up like the green one did. Oh, opposites. What do you guys do?
Is there
Right.
any like apparent ways down or just the crest?
It just looks like there's a level. It looks like as the pipe goes down, it is completely like carved into the ground. So maybe you could beat away the ground on that. And then there's the giant crest in the center, but you also can see it looks like there's a line in the middle where it might open up like the Batcave.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Options.
can I make? Go ahead.
I'm gonna step out on the crest. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do a little jump stomp.
Yes. You hear a
think?
hollow. It's extremely hollow. As you come down, it sounds like you guys could tunnel through to the bottom, or maybe this opens up.
Ah, I think this opens up.
I was gonna say, can I make an investigation check on the crest to see if it's both has any way to either open it or bypass it, or if it's maybe connected to any other mechanism in the room?
Go ahead and make an investigation check, you strange bird man.
That's a nat one.
Anyway, what is everybody else doing?
Killian, is
It
there
will
like
not
a
be-
It's just taking them a
noticeable
while. You start in, it takes up the whole floor of the room. So Lucius is just like trying to find mechanisms, and it's just like, this is gonna take days. But okay,
Is
have
there
fun.
Is there any noticeable groove in the floor, like where you said the parts seem to meet, or
Yes, right in the center. Yes, and it's horizontal.
it's horizontal?
A little
Does
bit
it-
of that action right there.
So does it appear maybe Killian could maybe in some way like jam his sword in the groove and maybe use it as a lever to see if he can pry it open? Possibly.
Sure.
And you said there's a lever on the wall?
Thank God you did
Oh,
hear that.
okay.
Okay, I thought I was hallucinating, but all right. There is
Oh.
indeed a singular lever on the wall here that would be in a general vicinity of where the ladder was in the other tower.
I was gonna pull the lever.
And you hear, and it begins, the floor begins going out to the edges. As you see below a long descent, and you can see all different sorts of tubes and pieces going down, and there's as it's opening up, you can literally see stairs that just it's not a break back. That's what mountains have, but it's swirling down, but it's not circular. It's square. It's very harsh in the way the stairs go down into the darkness. You get reds and blue glows from all the beautiful colors down here. You're getting blue colors from the center side and the reds from the pipe that comes through here. There's a mixing and molding of these. As you can see, it descends. The plates go, you guys hug the wall. And as the plates spread, gosh, they stop. Not as a trap that, and then fall through. No. They give you room like normal people that would function inside this area. Not everything's a trap. Chill out. And there's only stairs on one side, though. So one half of the group, we'll say, gets stuck on the other side. How about all the people that can fly and jump? Sure. Far pulled the lever. So he's really close, and he's smart. Once again, it works out for him. So whoever pulled the lever would be right next to the stairway, because that's how this would functionally work. So we'll say Lucius and Mahua went to one side, and Killian and Abel went to the side closest to Far. So Birdman and Monk Boy must make the jumps if they would like to join their friends. But the good news is they have bullshit coins that can do that for them. So they're in good shape.
Is Lucius a steel defender on our side or his side?
It's right next to Far because it knows who to stay near if it wants to live.
That's right. Yeah, I could just put it next to Far and have it impose disadvantage on anything trying to attack Far with this reaction. Probably, that'd
Honestly, a real good strategy for you guys.
Really good.
Yeah. How far is the gap?
The gap. 25 feet. And you'll be
25 feet?
jumping down, and you'll be going onto metal. So you hear that clang, and it'll hurt a little bit. It'll be a little
I missed
stinging.
that. That's my bonus action.
Boom! There's no stinging. You're just there.
Okay. Down we go. Killian's gonna start going down the staircase.
Okay. Monk Boy. You're there. I know you can just get there anyway.
No,
You can
I'm
literally just jump
tempted.
normally.
I'm
Fuck you.
tempted. Should I? Do you think I should just? I'm very tempted to just
Drop down.
just do this.
Did you not DM me?
No,
What
not
happened?
this
everyone.
video.
I'm so.
Into the pit.
That video is so good.
Oh my God! He really did that?
That is
Oh, thank God it's water. I was so scared
Yeah.
there was more.
Oh no! Yeah.
that's infinite void. That's what Killian did.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's great.
Abel will walk down carefully, as careful as humanly possible.
I gotta let everybody go down first.
Then you're just gonna fucking smack
What?
the ground.
Okay.
I'll
as-
wait till everybody else starts walking down.
Okay, so everybody just starts walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, I missed you step down, correct? Not onto the stairs.
No, you're on the stairs, but you're on the first
the other
level
side.
of the stairs of many levels into your descent.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got that right.
Cool. Everybody but Far give me... Nope, not Far. Everybody but Mahua give me con saving throws.
I was about to wonder, should I
Abel.
check for traps? But I was like, I don't really feel like it.
We get a +5 from Abel, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds about paladin right to me.
You said
27.
con, right?
I said a con save, boy.
25.
I got a 27 too.
Nice, save.
28.
Say. Able and Steel Defender, bitches.
27.
Oh, I got a fucking roll for the defender now.
Save.
Yeah, I got the 27. Let me pull up the defender stat block.
You don't have this prepared? Minus 10,000 points from Gryffindor.
That's a fucking... Does the defender get +5? Or no?
Within 5 feet or 10 feet,
Right.
right, or whatever.
Yeah, but does that only apply to like...
Allies.
Really
Do you
think
consider the Steel
allies.
Defender an ally?
Now
Yes.
it's an enemy.
So yeah, that's gonna be a
I don't know
solid...
the Steel Defender well enough. I've hardly interacted with it.
No, it'll count.
Yeah, it counts. It definitely
Uh,
counts.
So yeah, that's gonna be a 2 for a 9.
Okay. Everybody, as you guys descend down, right from one of the sides of all this different clockwork, boiler work down here, as it starts to heat up a little bit, all of a sudden there's just this steam just hits all of you guys, and it burns, and you're coated in water. 5 points of force damage, I'll call it for right now. Bludgeoning damage, I'll call it for right now. Halved on the save. And you round down.
I hear all their groans, and I just call down from the top. Are we being careful down there, guys? We literally just went over this.
Fucking.
You want to
Fuck
leave,
off.
man?
I don't.
Steam
That's
hurts.
why I'm staying up here for a moment.
Steam hurts.
Wait.
This whole place is called Steam Tide for a reason. I think.
Actually, does a 14 save? That's actually what the defender got. I misread.
Yeah. So then it takes 2.
Ooh.
You've saved on 3 points of damage. Congratulations.
That's
Equal
life
down
and death
to it.
in this dungeon, man.
I come down to it.
Apparently.
I'm at 69 health now. Nice.
I was gonna look around and go, fuck this, and then he's gonna turn into a bird and just fly down.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, fuck you.
Does the team have like a rhythm to it? Can Abel just like count and just be like,
Hang on.
Turn
Something's
on.
occurring.
Mhm.
Something's occurring. You gotta listen.
Give me 3 con saving throws.
47 con saves. With no +5.
I can give him a +5.
No.
Are you saying not to
20
help my teammate, the goat?
27,
Save.
23,
Save.
14.
Save. As you descend, you begin to see there is these a multitude of these pipes, and as you fly down, the steam just starts going jetting out at your movement and speed down here. So the first one will be 10 points halved. The next one will be 15 points halved, and the next one will be 20 points halved. As you go down, there is still about 200 feet to go. Do you continue? That was just your reaction of how quickly that happened.
He will not continue.
I wish you would.
Oh,
I'm disappointed Hunter didn't get the experience.
It
makes me
Well,
He's just going,
So
man.
the
He's
thing
just...
is, I was waiting to get some distance because I'm not gonna go straight down to the bottom, but I am gonna try to jump and like skip several levels.
Okay.
We're just gonna be walking down, and we're just gonna go.
Okay.
Just go-
Okay.
Like I gotta try to go down like 5 floors at a time, kind of thing.
You better.
You're doing that right now.
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay. Give me 5
Like-
con saving throws.
Like jumping through the middle, though.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Indeed. Give me 5 con saving throws. As Far comes up, then the rings of steam begin to close harder and harder on the gap as Mahua just like, woohoo! 5 down.
Yeah, we get blasted with steam and Killing's like, I think we should maybe look at these to like see if they. And then Bungu just fucking goes. It's like, oh,
Woohoo! And you're just seeing, though, you get to see each level as the steam's going off.
and watching
Alright.
Mahua doesn't make it apparent that it seems to be motion detected and not just.
Yeah,
Unfortunate
same with
that
Far. You saw Far just be like, fuck this, bird, and it comes back up, and technically, because it comes, I'll give you a grace period, because Mahua's coming down. I'm going to say it hits Mahua as you come back up, because technically, since you're coming back up, you'll re-trigger it, and you should take 3 more, but I'm going to let it slide, because I got my Mahua, so I'm happy.
Alright.
Someone with it.
These are several really bad ones.
I'm so pumped.
The highest is a 12.
Well, that depends. Well, is that the first one?
So it goes 8,
Fail.
12,
Save.
5,
Fail.
11,
Fail.
8.
Fail. Okay, so you take 5, 10 half, 15,
20.
20, 30 points of bludgeoning
fuck.
damage as you go through, and your skin peels from your body in most places.
Down.
He looking like the colossal titan.
Yes, that would be a great way of putting it. Mm-hmm.
I don't like
out.
that's accurate.
Are you out or are you still up?
Oh, I'm unconscious.
No! Well, you're definitely fucking dead. So Mahua falls 200 feet through the remaining steam. You know what? I'm gonna roll to see when you went down the 5 floors. You were aiming for
I was
the staircase,
specifically
right?
aiming.
You
I
were
was like
stairs,
jumping downwards at a diagonal.
diagonal.
So I'd like ragdoll into a balcony.
Hopefully, you know, that's the plan of the only stairwell here, despite you saying I go right down the center, so nothing bothers me like the circle open area. But diagonally carried you, and the first steam was like, oh, fuck. All right, so.
We're trying really
Hey, it
hard to not
wasn't
go
John this time.
It wasn't me. I've got some. Don't worry, Keelan's got some more.
Dude, I mean, this is just. Dice Cam's gonna be one of the best upgrades to this fucking game, without a doubt.
That was so funny.
This is. I cannot. Wait, it's all ready to go
They
soon.
sell the box of Doom on the College Humor store. You should just buy that and put a camera in there.
Yep. Well, I don't. I'm not. Fuck. I'm just using a normal box. I spent so much money on you fuckers and myself and all this for D&D. Enough.
Reed is enjoying this.
This determines if your character insta-fucking dies. Because this is more damage than your health for certain.
Only if I had Vortex Warp prepared.
Damn, bud. If only you didn't have the coin.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about this, but I'm a little happy about this. But I'm a little bit
what's the range?
screaming on the inside.
What's the range we're looking for?
Reed, none of this is your fault.
This is a D20. And you either got to go high roll or low roll. High is 10 to 20. No, 11 to 20. And low is 1 to 10. Because that would be right. That would be the equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this
equal. That's equal.
Is this just a general, or is this an ability check to see if he made it onto the?
No,
the
I'm
level
rolling
he's
this, and he has to call high or low. It's up to chance
Oh.
whether he dies and hits the dies to the bottom of the world, or he found his way into a platform he definitely wasn't aiming for, but magically got pushed towards.
I was aiming for it.
Yeah.
I very explicitly said I wasn't jumping the entire distance.
He did.
To the bottom. You say you're
Correct.
jumping in the center though of the gap.
I was like jumping downward
So
to skip several
Yeah.
floors.
Can we get a VOD review on
And I
that?
called. I said
we
5
did.
floors.
I
exact-
see what he's saying. I immediately know there's a problem with understanding the.
Maybe I did not recognize how thin the actual
mental-
downward tube
This,
was.
the problem here is the theater of the mind. One moment.
So, Hunter, do you have any cool backup character ideas?
Hunter doesn't want to go to the Astral Sea. That's what this is. This is fuck the Astral Sea. We're going somewhere else. I'll bring in my character, Tahua.
No, no. There's due to Bront, there is an excessive ban on how you can name your
Okay.
characters.
That's what Drew just posted is what I'm imagining.
That was
Yeah.
that was something in the
Close.
same vein as what I was
Very
imagining.
close. Yes. Okay, I didn't do too bad a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is not like that for the staircase. So let me. I gotta go to OBS real quick, and I gotta close one of these. This one.
Dungeon crawls were cool because it really showcases how fucking stupid we are.
Yeah. Literally any dungeon crawl and any puzzle whatsoever, just masterful intelligence out of everybody here but Far.
You got your
Yeah,
mechanics,
hard
Drew.
without
You
him.
got your fucking mechanics, man. And boy, oh boy, do you shine.
Yeah.
Oh,
What would we do
weird.
without him?
What is that about? Anyway. That is squished for something. Anyway, it's just still work. We're fine. All right, so the way I envision this, let's Un lever.
Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf.
6. Get them.
Seven, Acht, Neun, Zen, Elf, Wolf, 13, 14. It gets boring after that.
This wolf is best.
No, Elf is
But
best. Elf is the best number.
No, it's
Elf is objectively the funniest number.
You guys know how fucking schizophrenic you sound.
They sound very-
German, baby.
Yeah, I thought it was German too. Damn
Yeah, it was, but just if you remove the concept of
Ich spreche ein bisschen
German
Deutsch.
language.
9. Sprechen kinda Deutsch?
So it's
Oh,
like a zigzag on the one side only.
It's a coming like fire escape. Just fire escape. That's
Yeah.
all I had to say. Fire escape. It's like
Mhm.
fire escapes down there. You know how those go, but they're not
Ah.
wrapping around the room.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But
So he's doing the Batman Begins jump. Where he fucking... He's holding the stapler in the back of Gordon's head. He's just like, watch for my sign. And then he jumps to a fire escape.
and then there's like all sorts of boiler work. Well, nope, shouldn't draw it like that. That looks exactly like the other stuff. Okay. We'll do stuff like this. And there's all sorts of like boiler work here that reaches out, and there's boiler work here as well on this side too. And these are just the stairs. Oh my god.
Guys, I don't want to live here anymore. This place is a
There's
death
cool
trap.
artifice shit, man.
It's-
You're not
it's
robbing me of
like
this, man.
Every
Fuck
single
Single room is a death trap.
Yeah, and we can make all of our enemies go
I
through
can't
death
wait until
traps.
we all wake up and then Mahua doesn't make it to breakfast this morning because he fell down the stairs and got the
That's
skin
on him, man.
peeled off
He
of
should
his
have
body.
planned ahead.
You guys
Might
are
I
just hitting
remind
all the
you-
traps anyway at this rate, so
Abel,
you'll have a nice
yeah,
clean
my-
castle.
Abel died today because he tripped
So-
and fell into the fucking meat grinder.
The idea here, Mahua, we'll use a different color for our players. We'll use the green for good. Mahua was here.
He was.
and
You said he was on the far side. I will.
Yeah.
You the
Yeah,
best.
he was.
Good for
Because
you.
I Misty stepped over and he was
Yes,
still over there.
and
He's
this
like,
is
I'm gonna
where
wait.
1, 2, 3 characters are. Bird Boy went down and whoopsies
Yeah,
came
fuck
back
that.
up, and then you were going whoa, and so that is what I envisioned you going down. But you want to go down 5 floors, so you're trying to land on one of these instead, so we can permit it. You instead are redirecting this with this new information that you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna go boop, 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 boop. Wee splat! That's where you're looking at now. Is that correct? Is this not
That's-
better, by the way? How nice is
that
that?
is
I can just draw
Much
stuff.
better.
Yeah, that's
This is
right.
really nice.
Very nice.
Dude.
I do
That
like this
is
camera.
that is more of what I was envisioning was doing that diagonal type of motion.
Cool. Over under.
I
There we go.
can't believe like this is not a place for people to live in.
But you also have to remember this place is trapped to high hell by all
This
the
is,
madness
this
that's
is
living
also
in it.
I
not
know.
necessarily the living quarters, dude.
Yeah,
I
don't
know.
make this
I
your
know.
room.
I'm mostly joking.
Yeah, I know
It's
you're
just
joking, but
funny.
You
Yes.
only make your room at the bottom when you figure out
Because
how
I
to get
think
down here
that's what
safely
Abel's
by
mind
yourself.
This is
that
very
right
much an
now.
artifice energy. Like this is a whole, yeah. It's like, yeah, you're living at a dam, but don't live in the dam per se.
Don't
There's
live in the
other
generator
rooms.
room.
You can only live in the generator
You live
room
on a
if you really
battleship, but
make
there
a
is
good way to get
barracks
down.
on there. You don't live in the engine room. Over under, boy.
No pressure.
Your dice like to fuck around.
Which means you gotta find out.
You gotta find out, baby.
Call.
Your mic cut out.
Oh, we'll call it over.
Okay.
Going over, baby. Here we go.
That's a nat 5. So,
Oh.
Mahua.
Nice, instantly.
What are your final words?
as you go diagonal and get blasted with all of this steam, you fall, and as you slam into the 5th floor of the staircase, you are smacked unconscious, and flinging from your hand is your favorite little fucking coin that you and your owl buddy love using. falls to the bottom like that Batman movie where Kay from Men in Black is playing Two-Face, and he flips a coin, and the Batman throws all the coins up, and he's like, ah, and then falls. That's what just happened to your coin.
Or you're not Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes, Tommy Lee Jones.
Who fucking hated Jim Carrey? Violently hated that man.
I like that you just pulled that out of nowhere. Fucking, oh, that movie's so good. I love it. Don't worry, we can just take another long rest and the coin will be back.
Shut up! No, shut up. We got a dungeon crawl. We got to make sure Mahua's
Can't
not
sleep
dead.
in the boiler room. We just talked about this.
Yeah.
We have to go down there anyways.
We'll get the coin back.
It's amazing. I'm so happy we can do this.
It's the only way.
This also gives you a really good insight into what this fucking area looks like. Looks a lot like this.
Did you watch Batman Forever recently?
Not at all. The year I was born.
Oh!
Oh, he's so clever! Oh no! This is very much what Mahua was recently doing. Right there. That is what Mahua was doing. That is almost exactly the room you guys are in, plus a bunch of magical artifice, and that's probably enough to get me copyright stricken. But that's
I love the scry camera. The scry camera is so funny. We could just pull up anything. Just, all right.
It's wonderful. It helps so much with theater of the mind more. All right,
here it is.
The random fucking references.
Okay.
Yeah, now my obscure references, you can see them now. This is great.
Can we work on this?
Oh, that's perfect.
You're welcome. See, upgrades.
Does Fire see Mahua down there?
Of course he does. He goes right by him, and he sees.
Well, no, like unconscious when he's back up.
Yeah.
Like, is it like open grates where you can see down?
You betcha. And you notice he automatically stabilizes because he sucks.
This is true. Okay. So
I was gonna look and cast heal to heal him for 70.
Nice.
I was just gonna throw one of those fucking beads at him.
How are you gonna throw a bead down a fire escape?
don't think about it. Stop.
Just drop it, man. He's just like hanging out the edge.
So we have a fucking the bad touch motion detector staircase we got to get down. Let's focus on that currently.
I mean, this is
So,
a
as I
very
was
good
coming down,
representation, except it probably goes like a little more in a box sequence, but this is absolutely what you can keep in your mind is what you guys are going down.
was
is
the
Mahua
steam?
dead?
No, he's up.
No,
He's
no,
alive.
no.
Was the steam
That's also
coming
the roll
from?
wasn't for the dead anymore because there was a theater of mind problem. That was for
yeah.
you to lose your coin because I hate you.
Was the
Mhm.
steam coming from away, like from the opposite wall from the ladder, or from the ladder side?
Both. They're
Both.
coming out like discs almost. Entire levels were getting steam blasted.
When the coin fell, did a bunch of steam
Yeah.
blast the coin around?
Yeah, you know what? I absolutely.
So
The coin
while
probably
watching-
shattered at this point, I'll be honest with you, because of the damage. So that's gone.
watching all this stuff occur, does it seem like there's a cooldown period between levels when they go off, or just constant? You are getting steamed. There's no question.
There doesn't seem to be a long cooldown. There's probably but a second or two in between. So that could be enough. But I also have to read this room again. Ah. What were you saying?
I was just testing. I was just asking, did it seem like there was a window of time in between each level being triggered for people to get through the level?
Definitely not to get through. No.
Mhm.
There's not enough time for that.
Okay.
Carl! Your passive perception hurts the world, but helps you. So, you do notice there is lots of gadgets and gizmos and dials and gauges all among the pipes and clockwork systems in this area, some of which you can even reach from this very stair top itself. Over on this side here, you can see all sorts of interesting gauges and dials, but you grew up in a forest, my good sir. Maybe with your intelligence you can figure out, but this is definitely the hands of great artifice in front of you, and maybe a solution would lie in there.
I got distracted by the great part.
It's really metal. You know, they don't have metal like this in the forest.
No, I can't even touch metal. Like, that's
Just flying, just levitating above it. I won't touch it. I won't do it.
I don't like it.
yeah. So yeah, Farrell pointed out and be
Yeah.
Lucius said, "I don't know what this stuff is. Mahua, don't move."
I got that.
D8 inspiration to Drew.
Killian's gonna lean over
Another one.
and go, "What happened to being cautious?"
I thought I could go faster than the traps and just like skip. You know, just
Someone
knock me off.
agreed for
Have
us
you
to be
tried
cautious earlier.
waiting?
Someone agreed for us to be cautious earlier. I
I'm
think
gonna
we should all exercise that.
It was a good group.
Lucius, I'm gonna push you off.
Yeah, have fun getting back up here, idiot.
You're coming to me.
You better hope we're coming to get you.
Killian
I
puts his
don't
hand
think-
on Lucius's shoulder,
Listen,
but he
I don't
doesn't do
see-
anything else. He's just like,
I don't see the issue here. If he pushes you off, you can just fly back. Oh, no, sorry.
I push Abel off.
anyways, Lucius, the dials.
Yeah.
Killian's gonna physically
I would
grab
like to see
Lucius,
you
turn
try
him to
and
the
push.
dials. The dials.
Yeah, he'll point him out and be like, I don't know what this is, but seems like your realm.
Nah, I don't think so.
Easter egg step. Holy shit.
I guess I would.
I made Reed leave.
Adam, please, I'm begging you.
Yeah. Think an investigation or Arcana check here.
It's investigation, and I'm not sure I like you. I'm not sure I like you, Adam.
Can Far help somehow?
No.
Like,
It's
No.
a dirty 20.
Adam ruins everything.
I didn't make the call of the dead reference, okay?
I'm not a fan of that show.
Yeah, he gets some things wrong. And I'm not a fan of that show either when it shows up on my D&D.
Right. Dirty 20, though, on the investigation for the dials.
Yeah, you realize each of these are different pressure gauges, and with all the lack of maintenance on here, they're all out of whack, and that's definitely causing these to, under even the slightest bit of stress or wind changes, of any bit of force that is exerted on them, causes them to leak in that moment. If you could set these to the correct gauges, then you would be able to correct the pressure problem that's happening inside here, and you would no longer have vents that are hurting anybody that passes through the area.
Okay, and these aren't. They just haven't held up over time, or is there something specific that's like causing them to be out of whack? Yeah, that's what I
Hasn't
thought.
had
I'm just
maintenance
reiterating.
over time. Yeah, it hasn't been maintenance, but that's not necessarily the full and only cause. Certainly, that perception of thought and your familiarity with artifice would tell you that there's probably more controls further down at the bottom that would be reinforcing the entirety of the system here. But obviously, you can't get to that immediately. Doing your best to try and mitigate these pressure imbalances would be extremely important.
So, is 2 questions here. Is there any type of maintenance that can be done on these gauges specifically, and do these gauges seem to affect the kind of the steam that's coming out in the areas nearby, or like a specific set, or is it more kind of one giant system that affects the whole?
We're gonna draw more.
Yep.
More.
I mean, this is so helpful that we could just see it in real time.
Be quiet.
I love getting cool artifice shit. I like being useful.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Not like your echo has bypassed like so many things in this campaign or anything.
Nope.
You're totally getting trauma as a consequence for it, but yeah, that's fine. It's normal.
The Echo Warehouse continues to do excellent business.
Yeah, but now it's a warehouse, we have room for more. We're good now. We've gone from box to warehouse.
Abel's not letting it get any bigger.
That's a very bold assumption that you have any say in that.
You could definitely cause it to get bigger yourself.
Dial time, baby.
My brain instantly goes to the valve step on GK.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I was drawing this, I'm
I
like,
literally just DM'd that. I didn't want to say
I know.
that.
As soon as I
Yeah.
started drawing this, I'm like,
Make it.
here we fucking go. These fucking losers with
My-
the zombies.
My,
And I was literally
my
thinking about
mind-
Treyarch. I'm like, you know, is this how Treyarch feels of how stupid we are when we do our bullshit Easter egg
No,
hunts?
fucking,
They just sit here staring, and and then we make our tutorials that are completely wrong, not even close, and they're just like, my Lanta, my friend, like that's not the step at all. I love how some of the almost every guide was wrong for 4 or 5 different Easter egg steps over time.
oh, absolutely.
The E1 blew my mind. To trigger a rocket
fucking-
launch is just a power up drop. That blew my mind. That's all that was. So the idiots are running around the walls trying to get the stupid rocket test so you can then get that. You just got to spawn
Yeah.
power up. So if you just have a gobblegum to spawn a power up, you always get the rocket to jump.
Oh.
That was found like 2 years ago by that speedrunner dude.
My mind went to the Call of the Dead Easter egg step because I'm old.
Which one's that? I remember the Foghorns.
No, the dials in the lighthouse.
Oh,
and, like,
fuck. That is
ev-
exactly.
and every
yep, no.
time you pull it, it's the one above and below it.
Well,
Yeah.
you now I know where my subconscious got this. There it
I
is.
think of the GK valves.
Yeah, no, this is
GK
definitely,
valves can go.
this
through
is
them,
way
so
more
I
called
mess
it.
with
You're
the
right.
original.
Nope, that definitely hit. It's not quite exactly that, but you basically have the puzzle now. Yep. Fuck. Fuck. Yep,
Alright.
I played that for way too many hours. That's what I just remembered.
So,
Alright,
files in
let-
front of us. We still need to solve it. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky because that was the one map I never owned, so I've barely done that Easter egg more than like once.
Cool.
Oh, it's probably gonna take me a minute.
All right. So the arrow's currently on 2. There's his 3
And-
slots that you can switch the arrow to. This
And
will
it's
be-
only this
We're
one
saying, by
dial.
the way, you're affecting artifice pressure. You're using a tool to change this and change the valve and put it to its certain place. But for the mechanics of this puzzle, you can cause this to point to 1, 2, or 3.
Okay, and it's only this one dial here at
This
this
one
level, right?
dial at layer number.
Are we at 1?
Yes, sir. But I was gonna actually put
Okay.
some text for there for you guys as well. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, did I see any levels above? But I guess we're on the first level, so.
Dude, oh, this is freaking out though because I'm between 2 computers. Or 2.
So wait, can I just turn it by hand? There's no like where I. you
No,
said
you're
tool.
using a tool. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
covered this.
Yep, yep.
I know.
Literally.
I know.
a minute ago.
I'm reiterating so I
You're
don't
using a
misunderstand.
wrench.
Wrench. Yeah, that works.
I'm not
pull
sure.
out a
why
wrench.
Sometimes I say things and people don't. Am I real? Does it register with
Yeah.
people?
None of us are.
Can I turn it back straight to 1 without having to go through 3?
Yes.
It's at 2 right now.
You
and
can
I was
just
wondering.
pull it down to 1 or
Okay.
push it forward to 3.
I'll pull it down to 1. I wasn't sure if it'd be something where I'd have to cycle through it all to go back to the beginning.
Let me just label a little bit.
God, this is so helpful. And then we got Mahua down at 5, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna look to see if I have my own things.
You don't have a wrench to move the valves.
You're not helpful.
Punch it.
Punch it. Bang!
Name one problem that can't be solved by a monk punching it.
Sorden.
Excuse me, I absolutely could solve that. with enough
Zion
That totally
Sword.
didn't lead to a near TPK or anything.
That
No.
literally
Dead
killed me.
Paladin. Yeah. No problem. So I turned it to 1.
Okay. So you turn it to 1. You guys are on 1. The steam comes out and hits the entire group. Give me a con saving throw.
Fuck.
Constitution saving throw.
Natural
That
one.
That's a 15 for Lucius and
25.
Save.
a 22 for the
Save.
defender.
Save.
Cool. So everybody takes 2 points again of steam damage.
Gotcha. Thank God it's not like.
It's like it's not punishing, so you can understand
Yeah,
the trap.
exactly. I wasn't.
I
was gonna
imagine
say,
the
but I
one
was
on
like-
like level 5 is gonna be like, you take 30 points of steam damage.
That's exactly what level 5 is. We do know that. We do know this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shit. We do know
Oh, I
that.
thought you were being sarcastic. That exactly happened tonight. Yes.
Yes.
No,
we-
yeah,
we
no,
know.
I knew it was more. I knew it was more. I just forgot that it was exactly 30.
Okay, just mechanic. Let's get back to solving the puzzle.
All right,
No.
so it was on 2 and it was being whacked. It's on 1, it's being whacked. So
But it's a 3.
let's try 3, baby.
Okay.
We don't. Okay.
As you flip it to 3, you can see floor 3 ends up steam comes out when you do that.
Oh.
And it's continuing to come out at this point.
Okay, interesting.
All right, well, let's move down to
Yeah.
floor 2.
Well, before we move, Killian's
Yeah,
gonna take
yeah.
out one of his daggers.
Yep.
And just chuck it to the next floor.
Okay. I will be a nice DM and not make you like roll so it accidentally goes through all the grates and stabs Mahua because
Damn.
That would have
I'm
been so
cruel.
funny, though.
That would've been fun. That would've been real
Killian
petty.
Because that's
accidentally
comedy level
killing-
shit that I love.
Listen,
but like,
Reed, I've got such a good aim. I could have plus 20. You could just say right through, right to
we
him.
could just be done with him.
We
Oh.
could.
Yeah.
We could be done with it.
Kill
Kill
it.
him.
I'll leave. If you guys want me out, I'll leave.
Our plan to
Oh,
kill him.
now we can't take it. He's dishing it out, but now he can't take it.
Yeah.
Taking
We're
his
gonna
ball,
try
I
killing you last
see.
session. It didn't
That's the
work.
next
Get some
floor
humanoid
trigger.
villains out.
Or
As soon as we all don't
That
gang
way.
up on Adam for a session, it's not okay.
That's the next floor trigger with the movement of the dagger arriving.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So as you throw it down, the steam goes off. You do see, but it's much weaker. You see this psst goes off down here.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I guess we go down to the next floor while it's weaker.
When you say, because again it feels like it's scaling per floor, would we have noticed that when Mahua went down? I assume we did.
Sure, I'd say it was visibly obvious that the steam clouds got larger, more intense, fluffier, whiter, to the point where you can't see them. They went from pretty see-through to opaque to completely solid in your visibility through these steam clouds as you saw Mahua go through them.
So with the weaker level 2
Yes.
is it now comparable to level 1 or is it even weaker than that?
Comparable to level 1.
Okay. So it still stings a bit.
Yeah.
Is there anything that Fire can do to help? Because if not, he's not going down another level.
I think you could jump down 5 levels.
Could he
I think
not-
that's a good idea.
I would argue maybe he is able to, with his ungodly perception, see what pipes lead to where.
Yeah.
Maybe not knowing how they affect each other, but that could just be like this one.
Yeah, if
Might
there's
help
anything
with
I can
this
do to like
floor.
help this like go, then he'll absolutely go with. But if not, he's
Sure.
gonna like
I was gonna say, is there anything else I can do with this dial other than turn it?
This is a 3. Dude,
Yeah, this
if
is
I make
three.
it more complicated, we will
Yeah,
never go
I
anywhere
understand.
in this
I'm
puzzle.
I'm just double checking and making sure I'm not missing something
Yeah.
that's like exceedingly
Sure.
obvious.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it's on 3 currently, and that's is it still going? Probably.
Yes.
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 Continuous. It is
Yeah,
constantly.
I'm
going.
just making
Yeah,
sure.
no, you're good. You're good. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
What would you like
I'm-
to do
I'm-
next?
I'm okay with moving down, even though it's still gonna sting. But
Okay.
if I switch it back to 2, it's just gonna be where it was at the start. And when we started, it was at 2. 2 wasn't
Let's just move
constantly
down.
going, right?
Yeah, let's just move down. It's just
We're moving down.
psychoanalyze
Okay,
it.
everybody
Yeah.
but Far moves down. As you guys get down to this one, give me con saving throws for the 3 of you as the steam goes off.
Plus 5. 25.
32.
Everybody takes 2 damage. You just take 2 damage. There's no way you're failing this con save. So it's 2.
Yeah.
You find it's the same damage now this time, though it was supposed to be more previously. You can see you've had an effect. You find another lever down here, and this one, you find this again, and this one is currently tilted towards 3.
I don't want to turn it to 1 because I don't want to fuck Drew over. Because he's still up there.
But we also don't know what.
yeah, you don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Bar, you want to move up to the ground level so we can't accidentally hurt you with the steam?
Sure.
and then you
Okay.
can watch and see how level 1 reacts.
We'll say Far, you wild shape and fly up to over here so you can still observe what your friends are
Yeah.
doing and try to take in what's happening.
You can see
We
Mahua all
just
the way down there.
turn on the steam for level 5 and kill Mahua.
By the way,
Yeah.
we are going longer, making up for the tech issues and stuff earlier.
That's
Gotcha.
Good for
This
me.
is wrapping
So
up once you guys
I'll
get this puzzle.
I'll swap it to 1 now that Far has moved.
Okay. As you swap it to 1, you see the one below, so 3, eases up, and it's not completely constant, but it's, I would say the fog less dense, deadens, and now it's just this like,
But there's
So-
still not enough of a break to get through it without.
not so
getting
much to
hit,
get
right?
through it without, no, correct. But now levels 2 and 1 do not seem to be having a constant spray yet. You have level 1 is set to 3, level 2 is set to 1.
Gotcha.
Far's perception, I will say, because he's trying to help in this moment, at level 3, you're able to see that that is turned to 3 as well.
So do you want to try putting it to 2?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably a good idea. So we can move down and swap that to level 2.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your group moves down. Give me con saving throws.
+5.
20.
19
Save.
and then like a 22.
Save. So 10 half.
5.
D6. And then,
You guys are on here, and you're still getting hit with the steam, so move quickly. Otherwise, I'll keep making you make saves each round.
and with Far looking down, can we see how many levels there are total? I know we're just dealing with the first 5 right now.
I said it was
It's like an
a
estimate.
200-foot
200
drop.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's just
200 levels. We're not going to
Oh,
go through all 200 levels, my friend.
No,
Each
yeah. I
level is
know, I'm
only
just-
1 foot. Oh my god.
damn.
Yeah, that's insane.
Each level is 10 feet.
20 levels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quite a
just
difference.
one of
There
the
you go.
communication
Okay,
skill.
flip
Oh, I hate
Two.
you. This is why you're better at physics than me. I hate you.
Okay, so
All
we're
right,
swapping
level
to-
2. All right,
two?
swapping it to 2.
Yeah, we
Okay.
swapped it.
Goes to 2. This stops at this level. And all 3 of them have stopped at the moment. And then as you wait around, give me con saves for you guys.
That's a nat 1 actually, so I'm gonna take the
So you'll take
damage.
5.
30.
Save, take half.
24.
5
Save.
again.
Take the 2. It's the 2.
30,
so it's
20.
5 damage total, half on a save, so 2 if you save.
This is chipping away at me. I'm not.
Yeah, it's just ever so slightly
Yeah,
chipping.
welcome to how it works.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Why can't I just fight all my problems? Who was just chilling, just letting them
Yeah.
figure it all out and not
I'm
moving?
late.
would
Yeah.
Mahua not be getting it per round 2, or
He's not moving.
I'm
okay,
staying
then.
still, yeah.
Making sure. Just checking.
Big brain plays.
All right.
He has not made any indication to me that he's moving.
Standing perfectly still.
But who is invisible right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
visible.
Call me Drax.
Yes. Next floor. The next one. What are we-
Okay.
I think Abel's gonna.
Abel died.
gone.
Abel's gone.
So you
He's
go to the
gone.
next floor. Give me a con
uh,
saving throw.
All right.
22.
19.
Save.
And then.
Ooh, the defender's not going to save on this one.
23.
Save. Defender.
14.
That's still a save. 20 points of damage halved.
Oof.
Ooh, I'm going to take him.
So-
I think.
Should I do like an Aura Vitality Pop so I can just be healing with bonus actions? Or is that a bad idea?
Let's just focus on the puzzle right now. We
Yeah.
can do
What,
I'm-
so level 1 is at 3, level 2 is at 1, and 3 is at 2,
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
and
You wanna
they
try
took
indicate
full
that?
damage at 4.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is at you set 1 to 2. Oh fuck, we gotta do that a different color.
All right. I'm gonna just go ahead and real quick cast Mending on my Steel Defender so it gets an extra 2d6 hit points.
3. Sure. Go on. Is that what we said
I
Yeah.
believe so.
for the dial?
That's a 1. That's a 4.
Well, no. Level 1 started at 2, so it went to 3.
Thank you.
Yes, 3. I think we did 3, 2, 1.
It should be 3.
It was
1,
3, 1, 2.
It's 3, 1, 2.
Let me get an eraser. Oh Jesus! Don't erase everything. My God, jeez.
I gotta sneeze.
Dead sneeze.
I'm just saying it so it doesn't happen.
All right.
That's how sneezes work. If you acknowledge that you have a sneeze brewing, it's never gonna happen.
Do a new layer. Do a new layer. Could you add a new layer? Thank you. I can draw on this layer and non-destructively. Okay. So you said 3, 1, 2?
3, 1, 2, yeah.
Oh, I'll stab you. Thank you. 3, 1. Okay. Die. On here at 4, this is currently at 2.
Try setting it to 1.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Set it to 1.
Okay. Set that to 1. Can I get the eraser here?
Oh, we're within a floor, Mr. I want to jump 5 stories.
You're getting closer.
It worked out. Not really.
4 we set to 1. So
Certain.
then when that happens, floor 1 begins to some steam begins coming just out on floor 1.
What about 4 and 5? Any changes there?
Well, we're on 4.
You're on
we did have
4.
to make
It's
yeah.
3 and 3, 2, 4. Doesn't seem to be any changes. As you change that, though, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw as another comes out at you guys.
16.
18.
Save. So 20 half.
15.
Still you're good.
Like 20.
DC's 10, so you're all right.
Okay. And then that's 20
This
half.
floor- Yeah, this floor has not been affected by it.
Ooh, I'm gonna need to heal myself real quick. I'm putting a 2nd level cure wounds into myself.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to try flipping this 1 to 3 or just leaving it?
You want to go to the next one? Next floor?
That's gonna.
You can peer down at Mahua's floor, and you can see that these are the same dial mover as well. And this is on 3.
Wow.
Do we want to try moving this style on 4 or have Mahua move the one on 5?
We can't move it. He doesn't have the stuff. That's why you're doing it.
Can I like toss him down a wrench? I would
No,
definitely
I'm
have-
saying this is only something an artifice can do. This
Oh,
is like
okay.
your special ability to your class that makes you.
No,
unique and
yeah. I
cool.
just wanted to see.
Yeah. I don't think any Joe Schmo can do this.
Do we want to try to have me and Abel move down and see if it's affected floor 5 or
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you two
Just-
go down.
Wait. No. Let's send the defender down, so you two aren't taking
mean-
damage.
Mahua's at floor 5.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm here.
but
I'm,
can he
I'm
do a movement while on floor 5 to activate it?
10 feet below you.
Mhm.
Why not?
yeah, he gets shimmy.
He can do a jumping jack.
Okay.
Boo!
If you're
You
gonna-
do a jumping jack.
Yeah, Mahua, like 2 feet to the left.
Yeah.
I will hop 2 feet to the left.
Cool. Give me a con saving throw.
Right foot, left stomp.
As you see it,
Left foot, left stomp.
steam comes out.
I'm gonna get slapped by this, aren't I?
Maybe.
14.
Save 20 half.
Oh, it's not as
Mm.
bad.
It is lessened.
It's
Mm.
lessened, yes.
It's not quite as intense.
But can we lessen
As he gets like
more,
smacked
Jesus,
into the railing and just it goes back to the ground, doesn't move. Not so bad.
Not as bad as when I jumped 50 feet.
Do we just
One
run with it
continues
being-
to
Alright, so we just want to do it, keep going when it's lessened, or do we want to mess with these to see if we can lessen it more?
If one is still going, I think I want to mess with it because this was on 2 when we got here, right? 4 is on 2.
Yeah, it was.
So we can either try swapping to 3 or we can keep it on 1, move down. I vote trying 3 just to see if it has any effect on both this floor, Mahua's floor, or floor 1. Cool with that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
All right.
Alright, I will swap it to 3.
Swap it to 3. Floor 3 is a constant steam now. Give me a
Who do we lose?
that's Abel.
Nick.
Nick's gone.
Give me a Constitution saving throw from Abel, Killian, and just take 2 damage. I don't give a shit anymore. Take 2 damage. You're gonna
Cool.
make the save,
2 damage.
but you take 2 damage.
Am I also making that?
Yes, you're on
Yeah,
that level.
you
You're the
just
one
said
that
we're all
clicked.
making
Yeah,
it.
that's what I thought.
You guys move.
Oh, I killed myself. Whoops. Give me a second.
You can't undo
Sorry, what-
that.
what
You
happened?
just- what do you- didn't you say you were gonna heal yourself? I thought you.
No, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be at 40, and I put a 0 in for some reason.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah,
That's
So
not
just
good.
take 2 damage. Just take 2
Just
damage.
2.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. My internet's starting to shit the bed.
No worries. We're almost there.
Almost done.
Well, maybe not with this crew. So actually, who knows? It is late. And
Yeah.
people clearly aren't fans of their puzzles. All right.
We're trying.
You
My,
did
just,
real
my
good.
character's not built for puzzles.
I have it all written on a notepad trying to figure out like
I love you. That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just
I
changed.
have the concept.
That's 3. So
but-
4 is 3 right now.
4 is 3 right now.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. I will jump down to 5.
Okay. Jumping down to 5. Give me a con saving throw. And Mahua, I'm going to be cool and just say you're laying flat on the ground and don't have to make the con save. I'm going to be real cool after I wasn't so cool to you earlier.
A 22 for
Okay, so
Lucius.
save.
And-
So 30 half.
Big boy. Okay.
Okay.
That did not look good.
So 1 is
Feathers
definitely
went
for
everywhere like a cooked chicken.
3. Yeah, I'm getting roasted.
Yep. Okay.
Like, I don't want to waste more healing on myself, but I kind of have to. How bad is Mahua looking?
Or we could take a short
He's
rest.
fine. He
when
got
we're done.
healed. So what do you want?
I actually like short rest is a good idea.
Yeah, okay, but let's puzzle. We'll do
Yeah, I
that
want to
next
do puzzle
session.
first.
Puzzle.
All right, this one's on 3, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna swap.
I mean,
it to
that's the most PC thing I've ever heard in my life. Short rest? We all go for a short rest right now? Right in the middle of like, Okay.
An encounter.
Yeah.
we need to
Like
get
that.
all of our resources back. You know, the point of this is deplete your resources. No! We're
No,
getting
this
your
is tasty,
resources
man.
back. Okay.
I'll swap it to 1.
Okay. This gets swapped to 1. Go ahead and give me a con saving throw. You see 1 goes back to, and 3 is doing the same.
15 and like 20.
Okay, so this will be I believe it's 10 halved.
Okay.
So take
Okay.
5
I got you.
for each.
Yeah, keep track. I'm at 20. The defender's at 37.
Okay.
And is one still spewing like kind of? No, 3 still spewing constantly, right?
No, no one is now.
No one is.
Nope. You have 1 and 3. It's not constant, but it's metered. Variable is not the right word for it, but it's coming out in short doses. There is a clear word for this.
Spurts.
Spurts.
Sporadic.
That's exactly it. Spurts and sporadic, but patterned. So spurts is perfect. A patterned spurt.
Is the pattern anything of note, or just ignore it?
Every 2 seconds.
Every 2 seconds. All right.
And that's floors 1 and 3 right now.
Mm-hmm. And the rest are just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming all the dials have been just consistent with each other between all the floors.
Yeah, they're identical. Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Dear
All
God,
right.
I cannot make these more complicated.
No, I know. I'm just asking.
There is no chance I could do a Call of the Dead. This dial affects this dial, and this button. Fucking never.
That would, I think that would actually make our brains explode.
Yes.
Yeah, that would make me just
Absolutely.
No, not
Mhm.
tonight.
I'm doing.
Okay.
Your first
So how-
hint,
how-
because it's getting late, it's way simpler than you think.
All right. Sorry, I was just healing myself real quick.
What would you guys like to do?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Are you two looking to just stay on 4, or are you going to try to come down as well?
I was just gonna ask Drew how's the notepad thing going. Just curious.
I'm trying to
Bro,
figure out
have
like
you
if it's
figured
like
this one
multiple
out
in a
yet?
row.
Yeah.
Just because like some of them get mildly and some of them are like a steady stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So not great. I might be overthinking it, but like I'm trying to
That's
get
one of the greatest weapons ever. Puzzles. Make it as simple as possible. It'll ruin your players. It'll ruin them.
What if it's just like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's literally
As you go down. What if that was what it was?
that's
That'd be
what
fucked
I'm
up,
leaning
wouldn't it?
towards. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, but we can't fix it now because you're at the bottom. So
Well, it's literally at 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
no, I meant going from top down because you're on
1,
floor
2,
1,
3, 1,
1, floor 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, and then 4 and 5 are kind of fucked up because I don't.
So maybe
just
that
a-
theory doesn't work because floors
Yes.
4 and 5 aren't there.
Because we were on floor 1, we tried 1, and then we just got super sprayed. If I
Mm-hmm.
remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we ended up switching to 3 and then moving down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is good. This is good.
Okay. So
I'm
was good.
thinking. Fuck! I should have my steel defender move down with me originally.
It
It's
might
on
have
full-
been advantageous for you guys to be at different floors or stay at different floors, so then the two of you could have done stuff.
Well, it's on 4, and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on 5. But I'm saying I could have sent it down to 6, but I guess I'll have to be the guinea pig.
we're not
No.
doing all 20, Adam. We're not
Nope.
doing all 20. It's just these 5.
No, you can't
That's
go to
it,
6 until you figure out the puzzle. Basically, the
Oh.
rest gets figured out once you get the first 5.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking.
Nope, we're not doing the rest. No way.
No fucking way. Holy shit.
Simpler D&D.
So what's happening
What-
right now with
what if
Steam?
it's-
Like how it is currently? Like
What's
what
up?
is the Steam's doing? What levels are being affected with Steam right now?
Absolutely. So,
Mhm.
1 and 3 are constant spritz, and 2, 4, and 5, or 2, 4, and 5 on movement, Steam comes out. So no floor has been disabled for Steam.
But we know floor 1 was disabled before we changed anything below it.
Indeed.
Oh.
Or when we changed it to a 3.
Drew, did you have the original number for each floor written down?
Yeah, it was 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. No, 2, 3, 3, 2. Yeah, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3.
Gotcha.
Good. I was almost panicking a
Oh.
little. I was like,
So none of the numbers were 1. 1 was disabled.
Is it literally
Right,
just
yep.
mold 1? Is it just flip them all to 1? Please tell me that's not the
Oh
answer.
no, then
again.
I think 1 is going to be a constant stream of everything, like because all the pressure will be pushed to 1 level.
But that would, I think splitting up you having at the very top also didn't help because then we're trying to get you down. And we're trying to
Magic.
I mean, to be
shit.
fair, we can go
That's
all the
true.
way down.
That's true.
And he could kind of just chill up top.
I
play
guess the
recon.
idea is just pump them all to 1 till it's to 1 dial and just spit it out.
Yeah,
in
but
1.
currently I'm on 5, and I'm not gonna have enough HP to get all the way back to 1 without going down.
Is that what you would like to do? Would you like to test
Yeah.
the theory of turning everything to 1?
Try it.
I would like to turn everything but 2 to 1, go up to 1, turn that to 1. Just
Adam,
because.
just answer. Do you want to try to turn everything
Why
to
are you
1?
like this?
Yes,
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you figured it out. My guys.
but I don't
My
want to be on.
guys.
See,
So, you back up the steam, and your entire group goes down there with Drew at this point, and that top level is just constant steam, and because you've redirected all the flow to just 1 level, it weakens the floors on the rest of the levels. Prior, the levels were all mixed and matched, and there was all little things, but you, with your big fucking owl brain, put them all up on 1, while you guys got under. So you had to disable the first one. That one had nothing going on at first, but then turning everything to that one once you got under it made you safe. And now you're gonna do that 4 more times for times 5 more floors, and then you guys get to the bottom because I love you. Now, as we're at the bottom, it opens up and you hear a monster, and there's definitely gonna be a fight next session. Okay, that is gonna be the end of tonight's session.
No theme.
Ooh.
Okay.
Juan got it, and I wasn't gonna let you guys get away from it. I was not gonna let you talk him out of it.
Yeah, I was like, no, just fucking flip it.
Put it
Just
all to
flip
one
I just-
floor, ruin 1 floor.
I just
My-
didn't want to be on
yeah.
1 when
Yeah,
we
because
hit all the
my thought
1.
was just because Far was still up there, so I thought there was
Yeah.
a solution to where you can get all of them off to get
No.
him under.
Yeah, see, there was no solution to
Yeah.
get them all off. You had to just
Yeah.
put them all onto 1.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
thinking they needed to be in a specific order, not all in the same one.
Good night, everybody. Goodbye.
But,
And
but also,
Alright.
since I was on the bottom, I didn't want to go hit them all to 1 and then the last